God bless the flag, we all beating our chests. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin.
What's good, fam? What's good, AJ? AJ, you there? Oh, you can drop the call. All right. It happens. It's Blog Talk. We'll keep it moving. We'll call right back. How's everybody doing today? Me? Doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm sitting here looking at the chat room, trying to open that up, and, Blog Talk give you the chat room maybe twice a month and basically tell you to be happy with it. So it is what it is. Other than that, I want to let y'all know y'all are tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everyone. And we only have one rule, man, and that's be respectful. And that's about it. Just sitting here just hoping this gets together today. But if not, we also have the event jumping off. In case you have not joined that, please do. There's links all over the place. And if you can't find one, just inbox me, and I will basically inbox the link right back to you. All right, so let me get AJ on the line right quick. What's good, fam?
What is going on, family? What's up?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. Literally just waking up.
It sounds like it. You feel what I'm saying?
Sitting over in the
What's good? What are you gonna do, man? Let's chop up some serious things. Anything that you had in mind? Hello. Oh my goodness. This shit is insane. Oh boy. Is anybody listening? I don't know if we're on live right now. I don't know what's going on with jobs. I can't hear him, obviously. You feel what I'm saying? If anybody that is listening right now can hear him, let us know.
All right. I guess I'm just talking to myself because I've been talking the whole time. Can nobody hear me?
No, I didn't hear you at all.
But you can hear me now.
Correct.
Yeah, that was your phone, bro. It was going in and out.
No, it wasn't, because I heard the ruffling in the background. don't throw it on me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was listening to the same muffled effects that I'm hearing now. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it might have been. I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? As long as we on now. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. No, we got it all worked out. We get some money right now.
Okay, so basically this is the Water Cooler 5, and basically we just going to chop up game. You feel what I'm saying, about current topics that's going on right now involving black people, as far as what's going on in America right now, directly and indirectly, and anything else that y'all want to talk about. If you want to call in and just speak on anything, then just call in. You got the number. Just press 1, and whatever's on your mind, just let it all out.
Well, all right then. And I know you have something you wanted to talk about, and go ahead, shoot. I mean, let's chop that up. Let's get that out the way. See what's going on.
For me personally?
Yeah, what we had talked about, I was like, but then I was like, and I couldn't come up with a good title, basically. So I wanted to be able to talk about that, talk about whatever comes up.
I mean, you give me an idea about it. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, are you talking about like Hollywood, or are you talking about?
Yeah, the Hollywood joint.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge question that sits with me. Are we expecting too much from people that's in Hollywood, or are they playing their roles, or are they doing just enough? I mean, we already consider Hollywood Hollyweird, depending on who you're talking to about this situation. So, can we call somebody a sellout if we already know that they're accepting their roles as far as going into Hollywood? Would we consider them a sellout when they don't do things that we want them to do, as far as like giving back and things of this nature? So my question is like, where do we draw the line? Do we cut them off as soon as they pursue this career in Hollywood, or do we cut them off when they ask for our help, pretty much? And not just in Hollywood. No, go ahead.
And that's exactly what I was getting ready to go to. It's like are we being hypocritical in a lot of aspects too? Because let's keep it a stack. A lot of us work for same damn companies as they do in one way, shape, or form, or work for the white man somewhere, and you don't show up to work looking like Malcolm X. You don't.
I mean, see,
generally speaking.
I mean, but see,
everybody makes some type of concessions at work. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Let's keep it.
I mean, see, this is what you have to understand. We was already all of us was born under a system of white supremacy. So when we defer the whole situation of, well, you still work for the white man at one point or another. If you own a business, that money is still going to bounce back to the white man. You feel what I'm saying? That's like going to what the Asians are doing right now currently, as far as them protested for a cop because they feel as though that he's the fall man, as somebody that killed a black man in New York City, and that's why they're protesting right now, because they feel as though white supremacy leaned on them for him to be the fall guy. So we already know that unless we just overthrow the whole government, what we have to understand right now is so I feel as though it's a straw man argument if we say, well, you're still working for the white man. That's how I honestly feel about it, because everybody works for the white man if you agree that we're under a system of white supremacy. Now, the biggest thing that you can do is bounce your money off of other black-owned businesses. This is where it has to start at first, because if you look at the Jewish dollar, it bounces off of each other 17 times before it goes into the white man's hands. Asian people, 13 times. You dig what I'm saying? Black people, 30 minutes. So we already know that this money is still going to go to the white man. At least let us build each other up from the ground.
What's that got to do with the people in Hollywood, though?
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. You feel what I'm saying? How can you basically ask for black people to act? I mean, how can you basically ask for black people to support you when you don't support them back in a meaningful way? Because,
and I think
I have no. Go ahead. Hello? Well, yeah, basically, how can you ask for black people to ask for something in a meaningful way when you don't do anything that just basically benefits black people, just them? You feel what I'm saying? It's not you're benefiting minorities or you're trying to save the youth as a whole. Just direct your dollar to black people. You dig what I'm saying? And I haven't seen it yet. I can name most of the celebrities that do it on one hand.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you keep breaking up, but
Oh, so that's
I
my
don't
phone.
know.
I'm gonna have to mute myself then.
I mean, yeah, you might got the Sean Dunn phone today. You feel what I'm saying? Was it the one from New Jack City? Is it the Sidekick? Which one is it? Can we play Snake on your phone? No, I'm bullshitting with you. Okay, but on a serious note, let's talk about I forgot the officer's name in New York City. And the Asian community feel as though that he is the fall guy for white supremacy. We've been fighting white supremacy as far as black people for decades upon decades, correct? They've seen us fighting these things, but they never took as much of a stance as they did until now. And if you really look at it, they're basically asking or saying that, well, I thought that we had the same type of white privilege as these officers have, so if he killed somebody, if he killed an unarmed black man, mind you, if he killed an unarmed black man, why can't we get the same treatment as the other officers that kill unarmed black people? Boy, your phone is janky tonight.
Damn. Can you hear me now? All right, let me address the Hollywood thing right quick. I think, and I know I've been guilty of this myself, like with Jay-Z in particular. I just never had any respect for dude. I felt the same way. He didn't do anything for the community. Well, come to find out, as things started coming out, well, they had been doing stuff for the community. They just wasn't telling anybody, and that's how they chose to handle it. Well, I end up making a call without having all the facts, and that's what I'm saying. You know, I think a lot of times people immediately they want people to get to Hollywood and be, you know, beating their chest and black fist in their ear 24/7.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it's a balancing act when you are going to Hollywood if you want to be able to have a forum in Hollywood. You know, you can be you, but you also understand the system that you're in. You know, and I think that we put a lot on them, like you need to be this way, you need to be that way, and not being honest and saying we all need to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but it always falls down on depending on where you at, because there's no way in the world I can ask a man or anybody that I never met in my whole entire life to do something for me that I can't do for myself. You know, I don't look at these people as leaders. I don't have no leader. I always been totally against black people having a leader. I've been against it ever since they get killed. Let's look at the people that we claim as leaders. Either they sold out or they're not here no more. Or they basically been blackballed. We go from Khalid Muhammad, you feel what I'm saying? And then we can go to Malcolm X, we can go to Martin Luther King, or then we can go to the sellouts that we consider Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. You're only going to go two ways. Everybody needs to be on the same accord to move as a unit. You wouldn't start a team and you're the leader of the team and everybody else on the team is depending on you. What if you get sick? What if you sprain your ankle? Your team is not going to, the chain of events or the chain of the team is only as strong as the other links. We're handicapping ourselves.
That's absolutely true. You know, but at the same time, for whatever reason, people seem to, just historically speaking, they seem to identify more with a movement when there's a face attached to it.
I agree with
when
that.
When there's a charismatic leader somebody dynamic that seems to be able to rally the troops, so to speak.
I agree with that, and that's why I feel as though that we do need spokesmen for the movement, but we all need to be just as intelligent as the spokesperson. We don't just need to just blindly follow anybody. If we're really going to be behind this movement, all of us need to be well equipped. That's like, for instance, let's just go, like, right now. We couldn't hear you on the phone, but I just picked up, you feel what I'm saying, where you left off until you got back on. What if I was just a bubbling fool following you?
But at the same time, do you really need a mechanic to know about computers?
What do you mean by that?
I'm not saying that people need to be idiots by no stretch of the imagination, but they need to be knowledgeable more so about whatever lane they are in helping us.
Yeah, so somebody is basically better in certain areas. I talk about this all the time. Right. That's why we need subdivisions. Right. I say this all the time. We do need subdivisions. I have no problem with that. Like when we were talking about it on the admin show, like you could be in finance. I could be good in history. This person could be good in health, fitness, and all these other things. But we are all components on one movement that comes together. We, as far as how I'm looking at it through history, we just fall under one person to do everything. Not only is he going to be a speaker for us, he's going to be the secretary, he's going to be the janitor, he's going to be the dude that worked the drive-thru at McDonald's. He's going to be everything. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. That's all I'm saying right there. Nobody's going to be everything. But yeah, you shouldn't have like I saw a quote from Trump yesterday, and he was doing his little quote unquote victory speech. And he was like, I even won in the uneducated people vote. I love the uneducated people. Like you just that bold with it now, huh?
Oh yeah. See, I'm glad that you picked up on that, man. The subliminal shots. And another thing I want to bring up, not to defer from what you're saying, did you see the speech that the Asian community had when he was taking up for the cop? Now,
no, I didn't see that.
The spokesperson that said it, they said that basically, it was, but in the same breath, she said that we are the model minority. Think about that for a second. The model minority. All of us are a minority besides white people because we already know that they carry over 50% of the population in America. What do you mean by model minority? So basically, like
that they what white people want them to be.
Exactly.
Why we getting punished? Because we're doing what you're telling us to do, and somehow we are not getting treated equally. We can't kill niggas like y'all. What's wrong with that?
Thank you. Exactly. they throw the shots. They throw the shots. You feel what I'm saying? They throw the shots, and I'm not saying it in a happy way, but I'm kind of glad that black people is not following that movement to follow them because they're the same people that are selling us this poison in our neighborhoods as well. You dig what I'm saying? You got to think about how many Asians and Koreans that's in our neighborhoods right now that we sent their children's to college. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy?
But they see. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know how true it is, and I know this is totally the other direction. I saw a picture today, man. Apparently, they're back in the day when the Panthers was strong and doing their thing. There was an Asian wing, or I won't say wing, but an Asian group that basically was the Panthers of the Asian community. I didn't even know that. Is that true?
Yeah, that's very true. See, the thing is, when they say power to the people, they wasn't saying it just to black people because it was a white wing of Panthers. You feel what I'm saying?
That part I knew.
It was other demographics of Panthers that was there as well. So now you have to look at it like this: when the Panthers wanted to infiltrate white supremacy, they did the reverse of COINTELPRO, and that's what brought the Panthers down. You feel what I'm saying? So they were just like, fuck it, we need some people that can infiltrate them to go into their system that can blend in with them. You dig what I say? This been going on even before the Panthers. Like it was the brown bag coalition in the 1930s. You feel what I'm saying? And as far as the brown bag, like if you was lighter than this brown bag, then you would be a part of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like the talented 10th. All of these things been going on, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know what's
crazy too though. Before I take a call, man, the picture that they showed up, the one dude, I swear he looked like dumbfounded. like I know, man.
Was
so petty.
He was in my top 5. He in my top 5.
Dumbfounded, but he looked exactly like that dude. I'm like, wow, I didn't know. I even had to post that. Like, I didn't know dumbfounded was down with the movement.
Oh, so you go stereotype him?
Like them.
You go stereotype him?
Hey, I'm just using the eyeballs and the glasses that I got. And he looked just like dude. Hey, but let's take a call right quick, man. Before we really get to rambling on, we're gonna take 4125 right quick. What's good, fam?
Hey, how y'all doing? It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah, it's been a minute. How you doing, Sugarfoot?
How are you?
Doing really good. Over here, we talk about anything you want to talk about. What's going on?
Well, what I wanted to talk about was what I actually have been learning in my Black Studies class as far as Black supporting communities and how it has diminished in the past 40 years. And how it is continuing to diminish, and the reason or reasons as to why it is diminishing. And it goes back basically to what we've been saying for the past couple of months about infiltration from the overall system on division and oppression of Black peoples in our community to the point where we are actually oppressing ourselves. As far as like public influences, right down to employment, to education. It seems like it's a challenge across the board in all facets of life in our community. And I found it very interesting because my Black Studies class is extremely diverse, and not just with Black, white. We're talking about international students from China, from different parts of Saudi Arabia, and different even continents of Africa, and it really shocked them too. Because it was like, well...
Let me ask you this, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's their view? Not white folks, but the international students. What's their view of Black people in America? Just curious.
Well, I know one. He's actually from China. He lives just outside of Shanghai, and he says that his interpretation of Black people in America is actually like what did he say? Something to the effect of he's caught in the middle. Because there are some Black people in China, and the way that they do things there in China as far as like their educational and social interaction is very different from here. They seem to be more into it. They're more intricate as far as like their study habits and their socialization in comparison to America, which is a lot more looser and a lot more fluid. So he says he thinks that it's a little bit more lax to the point where he doesn't really see a support system here in America. But he found it very interesting that there's more of a support system where he is in China, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yes, it is. And in of course, the Arab nations, a couple of our students that are from Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, and the Sudan have said that, of course, there is a negative take on Black people in America, everything from academia to finance to relationships. So when they come here, it's like the one guy who actually was physically attractive said the moment he stepped foot on American waters, he said he was hit on by all kinds of Black women because of the assumption is somehow he has to have money because there's the stereotype with them that they own gas stations and they have what we call the multiplex store where they sell cell phones, shoes, T-shirts, hair, So automatically there's money every time they see one. So he said it was more negative outlook, but what we found what was interesting was the fact that he says it's not just here in America, it's all through the continent of Africa. So, and it's actually worse there as far as how they're being treated than it is here. You know, I mean.
So can you say that the reason why these images in the way that they can look at it is a placement of white supremacy? Because these are the images that, correct.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a thing where it all started, you know, way before, you know, slavery, and it has manifested into now. I mean, it's just like what we said about medicine. The billion-dollar conglomerates that happen worldwide with medicine could not be unless people are sick, correct? So you can't capitalize on health. You capitalize on disease and pathology. So it's the same instance with the socialization and the diminishment of that socialization with black people. You can't capitalize on the social health of black people. You must diminish it. I mean, in Nigeria right now, where they're saying that there is a 65% increase in income in the country of Nigeria. However, export and import of things, there's a huge gap. Because China, the Arab nations, the United States, and parts of Europe are extracting the valuable goods and assets from that country. And then when, you know, extremist groups like Boko Haram come in and do what they did, you know, now it's, well, see, they're black people, you know, killing each other, so it just can't be us. No, that is all by design. You cannot, the 1% cannot stay 1% if everybody has an equal stake in what is involved globally.
That's true.
Totally
that's pretty, you know, yeah, you ain't nothing I can add to that. That's just totally facts.
And these are international students.
Get out the way of the truth.
Yes, I mean, these are international students saying this, you know, and of course, you know, there's this one particular student who is Caucasian, and he has traveled all over Africa, and he brought some statistics back about, you know, everything as to how they make money. And it was very interesting because he said the median income in Ghana for an individual a month is $30 a month through agriculture. However, how much is taken out of that country is well over $30 million in a month. So it's like, okay, well, they're making $30 million pulling out of the country, but putting back in the country for one individual is only $30 a month. And then when questioned about that, of course, the powers that be blame the actual people there and their lack of education and their lack of wanting to expand and evolutionize into the technological age, which is also a myth and a fallacy, because if you actually look at the capitals of the Western countries in Africa, they have just as much, if not more, technology than the United States times 4.
That's true. That's true, because it's a young brother that's in Africa right now. I forgot exactly where he's located at, but he started his own app that is basically on the same level as Google. I posted it up, and that's what I go through right now. You know, it was two twin brothers. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna post a link for it. Yeah, I mean,
so I just want to let y'all know we do got a couple of callers on hold.
So I figured I'd throw that out there, and
I do have
see what my boo got to say.
I mean, he's being the bad guy tonight. I didn't say nothing. He's being the bad guy. He's kicking you off.
I think he's kicking me off, but you know what? It's okay.
I'm not kicking nobody off, but all I hear is the bus backing up over me. I even heard the beep, beep, beep. I literally just heard,
you know, it's okay. It is okay, because, see, me and Chocolate Drop, we have an don't we, Chocolate Drop?
We have an understanding. Yes, we do.
See what I'm saying? See, over there, we got some homie in the cut hating because I'm trying to spit this knowledge right here. Go bust. I say, we have other callers. We understand what you're saying, brother. See, that's what I'm talking about. What's up with that? Where is the love at?
Wow, man.
Where's my belt?
Got on the soapbox with the hate. I smell it, too. Woo, it's in the air.
That is why black people can't have nice things. See what I'm saying?
Get him.
killer.
Wow, man, them coattails must be heavy with AJ swinging, man. Just riding them boys right now.
You better look out. Balls to the wall. You better look out.
Hey, man, it's like Rich.
That one. I'm not messing with that. Y'all on your own with that one. But
go ahead and get to your callers, though.
But I did want to kind of comment one thing on what you said. As far as they're making $30 million, but the workers only getting $30 a month. You know, like
that's
there's what the hell is going on with the government allowing that?
It's not allowing it because even though there is a lot of independence from those European countries, you have to keep in mind that the corruption that has been going on has gone on for half a century. So it's not necessarily, you know, the people themselves. Those are just the figureheads, but you got to look at who's behind there. Like in Nigeria, their current president is trying to find more diplomatic ways to, you know, kind of curb what's going on with all of this import-export business. But when you've got, you know, coup d'etats happening behind their back, you know, it's kind of hard to fight that because the people don't know what to do. I mean, they're used to, you know, the corruption that has been going on for generations. So there has to be a unified front over there as much as it is here in the United States. I mean, we are actually going through the same things. It's just more extreme over there because they have the word democracy, but they don't have the action behind the democracy.
Okay.
So there's a problem with that there.
You.
I mean, they actually ran, I forget which country it was. It was either, what was it? It was either Sierra Leone or it was another country in Africa where they actually ran that prime minister out because she was a female. And because she wanted to have that kind of democracy going on, a coup was done against her, and they basically exiled her. And they put another person in place. I'm trying to remember which country it is. So when it comes to people wanting to step forth, and keep in mind, a lot of the legislations and the executive orders and the judicial orders are based on the European model. You see what I'm saying, with the Senate and the Congress and the House of Representatives, but it isn't enacted as it was with the European nations, and that includes the United States. So how can they implement something like that and create a model like that and they don't follow suit? And that is the problem they also have in Africa, too.
Well, all right, yeah. All right, that makes sense. I got you. Appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Bars.
No problem.
Bars.
Oh boy. There you go.
Man, don't be over there trying to hate on us because we spit in knowledge, homie. I mean, don't be hating you. It's all for the love.
You know, I'm just making a comment.
I'll remember who to bring donuts to next time. I'll remember that. You're going to be in the corner with just some milk.
That's all right. I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and call it a day.
I'm mad at you.
Here you go. Here you go with this.
He's going to make bread magically appear.
I sure will. All right, Queen. Let me get to this other caller right quick. Definitely appreciate the jewels you just dropped on us.
Definitely.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Chocolate Drop. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Vice versa.
See, that's love right there. Take notes. Take notes.
Okay. I got you. That is love.
He's probably like, I'm going to run you over with a bus. Okay.
No.
Go now,
I encourage love.
Now get. You know, I appreciate that.
No doubt.
All right now.
I'll holler.
All right, hon.
Hey, you know, I definitely am a fan of love, though. You know, so you two children, you two children get your love on.
We're talking about fighting white supremacy, so let's talk about fighting white supremacy. You feel what I'm saying? And let's talk about deadly events that's going on in the world. You dig what I'm saying? So let's keep things abroad and on point, if you don't mind. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, why black people don't like Bernie? And then I'm gonna get to 2492.
I can't see. The thing is, I can't speak for all black people. Me personally, I am a local type of voter. I didn't vote for presidential in 2012, but I did vote in 2008. Now, the reason why I didn't vote in 2012 because I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I have that choice. People feel as though that they have to choose one side or the other when you can just sit out and not vote at all. I don't get it. You know, they're just like, well, you know, this person is so messed up and we might as well just vote for the other messed up person. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like saying, well, you're going to get your ass whipped. So you want to get the big belt or the little belt. So you're just going to vote for the little belt. You don't have to vote at all. And people are like, I've been going through this for the whole week. People have been trying to convince me to vote. Well, you should vote. Well, do you know who your governor is of your state? No. You feel what I'm saying? Do you know who these people are? Do you know who your mayor is? No. But you sit here, going to
No, just real quick. Speaking of the governor, I feel like any governor or any government official that is running for office should have to resign their job before they can run for office. It's some bullshit that literally it takes. You know, I don't know. Kasich is the governor of Ohio, and I don't know how long dude has been on the campaign trail. Maybe like 8 months, maybe more. We paying for this shit. Like where else on the planet can you get paid by your current job to look for another job?
Correct.
Like, this dude is on an extended vacation for damn near a year, and the further you go, you know, if he goes all the way up to the convention, that's a year. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it goes. See, as far as my situation goes, it goes very deep because let's talk about Memorial or Mario situations. We have Stephanie Rawlins as our mayor right now, and you see how she deflected and ran away when everything was going on, when the ruckus or whatever you want to call it, the uprising was happening in our city. She didn't get voted in. She replaced another black female mayor, and her name is Sheila Dixon. And the reason why Sheila Dixon wasn't the mayor in our city anymore because she got caught up in was it credit card or gift cards scam or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? We had black mayors besides Martin.
Scam, though, bro.
Yeah, she got millions out of that though. You feel what I'm saying? This Baltimore. This Baltimore, bro. Look up Sheila Dixon. Look up Sheila Dixon, bro.
I am gonna have to do that, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, man. You feel what I'm saying? And before her, we had Martin O'Malley. Oh my goodness, he was Martin O'Malley was actually trying to run for president too earlier. So in 2020, he might try to run for president again. You feel me? He was a dirty mother. Oh my goodness. But that's a whole other story. So as far as voting locally, I've been on it. But if I'm against voting for presidency, people are looking at me like I'm the idiot. Like, what are you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I want something to be done within my circumference and my surroundings, why wouldn't I vote statewide?
Yeah,
which I do. Yeah. And so if I say I don't want to vote for a president, they're looking at me like I'm just a lost nigga or something like that. I'm just all Loaded Lux third round against Calico. I'm just all that. You feel what I'm saying? I might as well just be skinny dipping with 6 females. I'm just lost because I don't agree with that. But can you name your state senator?
It's a happy medium though too. Oh, you know what, man? Let's get to your boy before we ramble on too much. If you don't mind, man. Let's get to 2492 right quick. Cause I'm seeing the switchboard kind of light up. You know, we'll talk till the show is over. I'll be the bad guy.
Of course,
we're gonna get to 2492 right. Damn. My bad. I'm kind of I was responding to the inbox right quick. Let me get to 2492.
What's good, fam?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
Yo, what's going on, big homie?
What's going on?
Ain't no man. What's happening?
What's going on, man? We up here chopping up games for real, man. Whatever you want to talk about, we want to talk about. Doug, what's up? What's on your mind?
Yo, actually, I didn't get. I know the last few shows was kind of hot. The topics was kind of hot. I was on the line, man, but you know, I had some stuff going on.
Day one caller right here, man.
Had to get off. I just had a little thing. I got a little bit to say about everything. You dig me?
Go ahead.
All right. So, all right. What was why are our sisters single? Why are our sisters single? So, my personal opinion. Let me put my disclaimer out. This is my personal opinion. You know what I mean? My skin is my sin. Is not responsible for the words that come out of my mouth or whatever. Yeah. I mean, so all right. So we got also now. I love that, and I also want to say salute to the sister who was on before me, because yo, she was dropping bombs. Like
yeah,
she was dropping bombs. I didn't even mind her not cutting her off. Like I loved it. Salute to her and all the sisters like her. We know what team they on.
Right.
We have the majority of our sisters on the white man's side.
Yes.
It's the reality of the situation. It's the reality of the situation. How many brothers in jail right now because of a woman? Wrong. That's wrong. That shouldn't be there.
You mean how many brothers in jail because of a bad decision they made over a woman?
Bro, I put it like I've seen a black man get locked up who was with me, and a female called the police and said he hit her, and the police came and locked him up, and he was with me the whole time.
I know exactly what he's talking about. See. This is
you know
the thing. Hold on.
I can't tag the majority of sisters for doing crazy shit like that. That has happened. It has happened to me. Somebody lied on you. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to tag every sister with that one.
He's not saying every sister. You feel what I'm saying?
He said the majority.
I don't feel as though that he means the majority. What you have to understand is he's speaking from experience. So when you speak from experience and you know when you know where their heart comes from and you know what their intentions are when they're saying these things, they're not saying it to bash black women.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I'm not trying to bash. I'm not trying to
exactly.
bash. What I'm saying is this. It's a small percentage of our sisters that's conscious. You understand what I'm saying? If you take the 100% of black, if you take the 100% of black women, I'm probably going to say 35% conscious.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is that remaining 65 conforms. You know what I mean? Upon that conforming to and running with the white man program that's getting black man locked up. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, that's just one factor. But the whole thing is, you know what I mean? Like we gotta, in order for anything to change in a relationship period, for a man to want to court you. And like, man, a dude usually know within 2 weeks if he gonna deal with you, if he ain't gonna be with you. You know what I mean? All that.
Correct.
You know what I mean? If he just gonna sleep with you, that's all his intention is. You ain't never gonna hear from him again. He already know. And it's the same thing with the sister. You know, but you gotta be on the same team, man. If you're not on the same team, the relationship's it's not gonna work.
Fact.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you're not on the same page, I've dated women who weren't conscious. It didn't work for me. You know what I mean? It don't work. You know what I mean? And I tried it. I tried to be open minded and all that. It ain't work.
Now, one thing I want to say about that is, like, I can't remember the exact meme, but it's basically the point of the meme is that if the woman that you with ain't conscious, she basically gonna ruin your kids. That part I don't agree with that, man. It's not an either or. You could be a great mother and not be the most conscious mother in the world.
But see that's the whole thing. You have to look at the context of the word conscious. Because when you think of conscious, you're already thinking about black empowerment. Just being conscious is just being smart. I could be conscious and not be under the umbrella of what people say pro-black is. I could just not be a stupid motherfucker.
In that context, that most people would assume for the word.
Correct.
You don't have to be like, your mama ain't got to be Angela Davis.
Correct.
It's either she's Angela Davis or she's some tramp. No, it's plenty of good mamas who are just, they got their nose to the grind and it's just, look, I'm trying to raise good kids, but I'm not, super quote unquote conscious.
I mean, but see, that's the whole thing. You have to understand. It's a gray area in everything. The thing is, we've been taught, you feel what I'm saying, through white supremacy that it's either one way or another. You feel what I'm saying? Either you're all the way over here or you're all the way over there. No, you can walk the medium. You feel what I'm saying? So if I was to consider myself pro-black, which I don't, I consider myself a conscious brother, and I just love my people. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you was to see me having a conversation with a white dude and somebody in the background took a picture of it, you'd be like, oh, I thought he was pro-black because that's what you thought of me. No. You would say, oh, you shouldn't even talk to white people. You feel what I'm saying? No, that's not the truth. The whole thing about it is you have to be conscious of your surroundings and everything. You don't have to be well-versed to be a good person. That's where everybody's getting these things confused at.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with that, yes.
Yeah,
and to be honest, man, I won't say we all, but a great majority, the vast majority of us live in that gray area. Despite what a lot of people will post and do and say, at the end of the day, there's some of that. You in some of that gray area if you in America.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. And the whole thing is, I don't live by nobody else's standards. So I could do whatever the fuck I want to do, but you already know where my heart and my intentions are. So why, if you was to see me having a conversation with a white dude, you like, oh shit, this nigga done sold out. What the fuck are you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Like, one image, we live in a whole different world right now where you want us to live, not you or anybody else on this phone, but these people want us to live by their standards.
Right.
Because they want to emulate their standards.
Yeah. Man, all right, so off that, my second reason was, bro, like, I don't know about y'all, like, they still drawing their eyebrows on, Like, that is, like, they still drawing it. I don't get it. Like, it's 2016.
You know what? They wrong. You my homeboy since day one. He was riding tricycles, and hooping on crates with ugly. You feel what I'm saying? And Peppy and all them niggas. You already know what time it is. You feel what I'm saying? But can we pick up as black men some of the blame?
Absolutely.
For them wanting to emulate what we consider beauty. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know about y'all, because I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to admit it, and nobody else say, I dated white women before. You know what I mean? I've dated white women before. All that. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I dated white women before. But when I tell you the shame, you know what I'm saying? the shame and the scarlet W I had on my fucking chest, man, and I was out in public. Before, that's the shame, the shame. I'll tell you, and I tell people this. I tell people this, man, and people don't believe me. I dated this white girl before I became the man that I am now. In my early 20s, I dated this white girl, probably like 12, probably like 15 years ago. Yeah, I moved out of state or whatever. So, bruh, like when I tell you, I was in like Lynchburg, Virginia, or something like that. I'm talking about these country sisters, all that, man. I was walking around sporting my white girl, man. And, bruh,
it didn't go well, huh?
Yo, she bought me, because I had, I eventually, I couldn't do it no more, so I broke up with her. Bruh, like, do you know, she bought me the autobiography of Malcolm X. And, right.
white chick try to tell you wasn't black enough?
So look, yo, she bothers me. I'm gonna post it in the group, yo. When I get the book, yo, I'm gonna post it in the group, yo. Yo, she writes me, so she writes me like this super long, like heartfelt note, like, you are so great, and I just want you to be able to see within yourself what I see in you, and I know that you said, that you don't have any heroes, but if you did, it would be Malcolm X, and I thought that this would be, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness, bro.
Yo, when I find the book, I'm gonna post it in the group, yo, I promise you.
Oh, my goodness, you too much, man.
Yo, that's the homie, man. I swear to goodness, man. This been a homie since day one, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, yo. But
hey, Ron,
I don't even want to get into politics about going. I stopped watching, yo. I'm done with the presidential races and all that, man. I can't do it.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm just like a politics junkie, man. I really like kind of like.
Yo,
especially
I can watch. I can,
and not the candidate aspect. I like the building aspect of how you got to go about building a campaign. Right. I like that part. I'm a nerd in that aspect.
Since Rome.
Go ahead.
Since Rome the homie, you feel what I'm saying? I'm more into it, but not from a presidential standpoint. As far as who is going to be our next mayor, you dig what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking forward to. As far as
Jobs, you ain't heard about Sheila Dixon? You never heard about that?
No, not tonight.
Yo, you gotta look that up, bro. Yeah, they kicked her out for gift cards.
Yep, exactly.
For gift cards, bro.
Wow.
For some gift cards, like you went to a party and the party it was sponsored by Target, and Target gave everybody $25 gift cards. You know what I'm saying?
So this wasn't no plot or nothing. She was just on the side. That was her hustle, gift cards.
She got gift cards on the side, man. That was it.
But that hustle accumulated to almost millions of dollars, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the shit was real. Yeah, it's karate. It was karate.
Yo,
you feel what I'm saying?
You saw that.
Ron.
Yo.
Hey, Ron, hold on. Before you go any further, man, I'm gonna leave you on the conversation, but I'm gonna bring somebody else in.
Go ahead.
Before we do
bro,
that, man, I wanna let y'all know y'all tune in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. And we only have one rule, that's be respectful. If you want to call up, the number is 347-855-8692, and press 1 to get on air. All right.
If you want to check out the groups, you can also go to My Skin Is My Sin. Check that out. You feel what I'm saying? And if you want to go to an alternative group or both groups, you can always go to All Black Everything.
Man, I wasn't gonna do that for a couple minutes, man. I was giving people time. I was working.
Oh, my fault. My bad. Let me fall back. You feel my bad? Well, my bad, nigga.
Hey, hold on, man. We're going to get to 6112 right quick. What's good, fam? Hello? 6112? All righty. We tried.
My man was back there listening to. He was listening to the best of Pastor Troy back there. It was real crunk.
I don't know what that was, man. Dogs all in the backyard,
in the background.
A little scared to hang up, like
Is they coming through the phone? He sounded real. You don't know who it was, but it sounded real in the background. You feel me?
Hey, so whoever that was with the Cleveland number was 6112. I did try to get to you.
Well, I think that's the homie. That's the homie.
I think so too.
But yeah.
But I didn't know you had a dog. But we're gonna get to 7124 right quick then. What's good, fam?
Peace. How are you?
Peace.
All right, yourself.
Yes, this is Empress Nola.
What's going on, Queen?
How are you, King? How are you?
I'm doing great.
I wanted to weigh in on this as first the voting and things of that nature. And I also wanted to say thank you for having me on the line. And now, this is my thing with voting, and which you guys have already pointed out. Excuse my voice, I was at a demonstration a couple of days ago, so it's a little hoarse. But what I would like to say is this. This is my thing about the whole thing, is that I don't understand, regardless of if you think you're conscious or not conscious or where you're from or whatever it is. The thing is this. Just being a black person, living in America, living every day as black, and looking around the conditions of our neighborhoods, jobs, the schools, and just the conditions of black people, I can't understand how anybody could think voting is going to change our conditions.
Thank you.
And one thing that I want to clear up, and I hope this message is received loud and clear. People, this is a lie. It is a myth. It is a misconception that has been passed down from generation to generation. We were not dying to vote. We were not jumping out of windows like, we got to vote. That is a lie. We were going to vote for equality. If we were told if we go vote, things would be equal. That was the reason why we went to vote. In the process of us going to vote, people were killed. And that wasn't something that was known. And I know this because I study Africana studies. People didn't know that people were getting lynched for trying to vote. So the way the story was told, and you know how stories are told, is the person with the most power. So when people are like, my grandma, she was up there, she was dying to vote. They was dying to vote. That is untrue. People were going to vote for equality. And the only reason why they let us vote was because of integration. And integration was only to keep us into a modern-day slavery. See, we was integrating for equality, and we thought that's what was going to happen. But integration was nothing but for a capitalistic reason under the law of Jim Crow. That's why I can't understand why us as people think somebody is going to, in this system, is going to be able to give us something when Hillary and the Hillary Foundation is totally done got Haiti, then took billions of dollars of Haiti when the earthquake happened. They took all that money and built an empire over there, and now America is siphoning money over into Haiti to make sure that certain candidates take the votes.
We can even go even deeper into that as far as what the Clintons' intentions was when they was in office. Like, if you want to go from a historical standpoint, the most black people was incarcerated through Bill Clinton's term between 92 and 98. It's still black people that's incarcerated right now for a nickel bag. That's why Bill Clinton came out last year and said that we went a little bit too far as incarcerating people. You feel what I'm saying? All this shit is a ploy.
That ain't why he came out and said that.
Oh, of course. That was just a propaganda to boost Hillary up real quick. Oh,
exactly.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Now let me get my wife to come in and run this shit real quick. But let's go back.
And I'm glad that you said that, because now let's go back into Hillary's history. Now, who did she basically look at as her leader? Margaret Sanger. Google her. You feel what I'm saying? She was basically pushing the whole issue of genocide towards black people. That's why Planned Parenthood exists now to this day. You feel what I'm saying? Because of her thoughts. She was in cahoots with Adolf Hitler. And she feels as though that's her hero? That's who she looked up to? You feel me? Like, so what the fuck is wrong with black people? Like, I'm not speaking on black people like we don't know anything, but let's keep it 100. Like, are y'all even doing any type of research?
And that's the problem. That is the main problem, King. They just reading Facebook posts and they just reading Instagram. Like nobody is really like paying attention. You ain't even got, you know what it is? Let's just cut all the other bullshit out. Fuck looking at Facebook. Fuck looking at whatever, reading a book. Just walk out your door every day being black, and you look around and see how the conditions have changed. You don't gotta be a scholar. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to do any of that. Just be born in America, black, and live to age 15, and you will be able to. If you can't sit there and look around you and say, "Damn, this thing is messed up." That's the condition of the mind. That's the people that still want to be on the plantation. And just like you, I can't remember if it was AJ or you saying that supporting one another and getting the support back. You got people who got all these different movements going on, but they only want to push their agenda. Like I come to your, if I come to your, like you invite me out, say, hey, Empress Nola, I want to invite you out to I'm be selling some my skin is my skin is my sin t-shirts, and you like, yeah, come on out. So I'm coming to support you, but on the sideline, instead of wholeheartedly supporting you and supporting your brand, I'm on the sideline talking about, hey man, I got this. I'm selling orange juice over here for $2 if you want, and that's taking the focus off of what you were trying to do. Because if I'm supporting you, I can save my shit till later. And that's what it is. And another thing that's going on in the community is this. In New York, there's so many different types of community. You got the Asian community, you got the Italian community, you got the Hispanics, you got the black. One thing that black people, we miss it so bad, and it's because of the slave mentality. See, we don't have that mentality to take care of each other. We have that mentality like, I kill you if you fuck with my mama, but I won't kill you if you messing with another sister in the street, because it'll be like, well, maybe, like if a dude was beating me up in the street, they would be like, no, well, maybe she slept with his cousin, or maybe she was cheating, or maybe blah, or vice versa. A woman sticking up for the black men, like, or the cops, or anything going on with the black man and the woman, like, well, like some woman out there slapping you or, you know, slashing your tires, a woman will walk past and be like, well, he probably was cheating on her. No, but you go in the Asian community, let anybody be doing something to a woman. The whole community coming out with sticks and everything. We individualize. Say again?
Can I go way off topic right quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to let people know that we're welcoming you into the family.
Thank you so much.
No doubt.
I'm grateful.
And that you'll be doing your thing on the My Skin is My Sin umbrella on Wednesdays. So I want everybody to tune in, show some support, show some love.
Oh, so this how we bring it in? Okay, no doubt. Is she in the groups? Is she in the groups? Because she definitely needs to not only go off the way that she did, but to broadcast what she's doing.
Yeah, we doing the Nola D movement, and this ain't for the faint of heart. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about, I want to be involved. I want to do this. Well, now you're going to have a chance to be a part of something and find out what's going on, because we get so caught up, like one of y'all was saying about leaders, and and I ain't knocking these brothers like Polite, Farrakhan, Dr. Umar, because I know a lot of these guys personally, and I speak with them. But my thing is this: we all don't have to be going around city to city speaking and all these things. If we just take care of our neighborhood and find out what's going on in our own neighborhood, then that's how we evolve and make a difference. If you lock down Detroit and Baltimore and Ohio, then the movement gonna grow that everybody be on the same thing. It ain't necessary for me to go to Texas, Louisiana, the blah. If we start organizing in our neighborhoods and coming together, that's how the movement continues to go. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't all have to be on a platform like, look at me, look what I'm doing. I'm Dr. So-and-so and I'm Mrs. So-and-so. No, get your ass out in them streets and make a difference, point blank, period.
Yeah,
That's just the way I
everybody,
see,
find their lane and ride it to the wheels fall off.
I'm with you 100%. Shay, I'm with it.
Baby girl, what is your name on Facebook for the people that's listening? They can follow you and you can follow them. What is your name? Nzinga Nola Yamaya. But I'm gonna change it back to Empress. I did that for a reason because I was in a zone, just a type of zone, feeling the energy of my ancestors. So I went with that. But now that I've gotten a blessings through the universe, I will continue to move forward with Empress Nola. But Facebook's got on the gun. Once you change your name, you got 60 days before you can change it back.
Right.
So
yes.
No, go ahead, Josh. Go ahead. Get them rounds up. Because I got a whole clip over here. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I want to make we got some more callers on too. I want to make sure we get to them. Matter of fact, 6509 been holding on forever.
Then let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna be around, and stay tuned Wednesday for the Nola D movement. I'm around. I'm in the neighborhood, so we'll catch up and everything.
Is it a way that we can get her to promote my group also? You feel what I'm saying? So we can get this shit jumping?
No, man, stop it.
What you mean? See, that's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Let me hold your hoodie. You feel me? We both cold outside, nigga. We gonna share this.
Come on, man. You already know, man.
You know what? It's always so funny, but I want y'all to know that this is how I go, though. I want you to know it's like this. See, my philosophy is that the queens find the kings, so then the kings find the queens, and it's an order of life. So the queen is here, and I'm accessible for everybody because without the kings, the queens will not be able to move. They will not be as strong because at the end of the day, this society, this crackhead shit we in, they got to see the power behind the man. We can bring the people to the table, the women can, because we the first teachers, but they got to see the power behind the man.
Correct. I was just about to go a little bit deep, but let's go into the next caller.
Go to the next call. We'll catch up, and I'm going to stay on the line and continue to listen to you guys, okay? Peace, and thank you for welcoming me to the family.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, I got a 100-round drum over this bitch. You feel what I'm saying?
I got a question. I got a question.
What's up?
You hear me? Yo, how do y'all feel about black people who refer to other black people as niggers? Like you specifically, those is niggers.
I'll make the perfect example for you. Like when in 1994 when Chris Rock said it's a difference between black people and niggers.
Absolutely, right.
See, that was the worst mistake that he could have ever made. As funny as it was at that point in time, that was the worst mistake that he could have ever made. Because now it gives white people leniency to be saying, no, I'm not talking about you, Bob. I'm talking about those niggers over there.
So,
I'm talking about them niggers. I'm not talking about you, black guy.
Right. So,
niggers, they all
like he wasn't talking to them though, man. Do we
what
have
you mean,
to monitor
them?
everything?
We are them. It's no difference between niggers and black people. No, it's no difference. It's no difference between. Yes.
Never in life have you ever heard somebody say, "Oh man, they acting just like a nigga," and be joking though.
So you're telling me, you feel what I'm saying? You could be a black person your whole entire life, but for 5 minutes you act like a nigger and now you're a nigger. No, it doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that.
It doesn't define you. I'm not saying that you're defining that person forever. I'm saying in that one moment, you and your boy, whatever y'all doing, somebody talking shit.
But that's all you know him for.
Just like a nigga.
But that's what you know him for. I'm talking about. See, you're talking about personal. You talk about personal experience. I'm talking about people looking from the outside. You're talking from a black experience. You have to take yourself out of a black experience and look at it from a white man's, a white supremacist type of experience and outlook on it. Because he's going to look at it like, well,
why do I have to care what they think or how they look at it?
What the fuck do you mean? Because why wouldn't you? Because isn't this what we're fighting against? What do you mean?
Their
what do you mean?
Of me
like, seriously,
doesn't make a difference to me.
So you're telling me that you don't give a fuck about what they think, but you're fighting against them. So why are you fighting against them if you don't care what they think?
Because the systems that they have put in place are just wrong. What their opinion of me,
and you feel as though, but hold on, you feel as
how I interact.
But hold on, but you feel as though that they're wrong because of how they look at it. So you're looking at how they think. What are you talking about?
No, the system that they have put in place, I got problems.
That's how they think. They put that system in place because of how they think.
However, I'm not gonna live my life as I shouldn't say this because white men feel a certain type of way. No,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, the point is, as a black person, you cannot differentiate yourself from a black person because of how you act, and another black person because of how they act, because of how white people are going to look at you, and feel as though that shit holds some type of weight. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. How can you say that at 1 minute when I go to work, I'm not acting like a nigger, and then when you leave off work, I'm acting like a nigger? You feel what I'm saying? Name one race that do that.
Yeah, nobody ever does.
I don't know, because I can't say that I got too much experience just hanging out with other races, so I don't know.
I mean, you have to look at it from a realistic standpoint. You feel what I'm saying? We're the only people that do that to each other. There's no difference between a nigger and a black person in a white supremacist's eyes. That's where cooning comes in. You feel what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying in that aspect, but does that make me, say I'm on the bus and
they're acting a fool. They're acting a fool.
White person there, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I get you. But when you see somebody acting the fool, as many times as me and Ron went to the club together, he was like, this nigga acting the fool. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna be like, this dude is, he ain't gonna look at me like he's acting like a nigger right now. He's never gonna say no shit like that. And I got pictures to prove it. I know this. So you feel what I'm saying? But see, the whole thing is,
I'm just asking though. But it's okay for him to say this nigga, but don't say he acting like a nigga.
Oh my God! So now, you know what? All right, you feel? Let's eliminate the whole. What do you mean with your accent? Now now you're making straw man points. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want to use a term of endearment.
I'm not making a point. It's called a question. That's not making a point. That's a question.
No, hear me out. You're using the term of endearment. When I say that this is my nigga, you feel what I'm saying? Because he is not saying like my nigga is acting crazy over here right now. He's not saying like this nigger is acting like a nigger. They're using it in two totally different terms. You're using the one word. You feel what I'm saying? You can't compound the two.
Right.
You feel
it's contextual.
But see, that's the whole thing. But see, that's the whole thing, and that's why I try to eliminate that word out of my vocabulary as a whole. You dig what I'm saying? Because we get confused the two. There's no such thing in the white supremacist's eyes between a nigga and a nigger. It's no different. It's not one different. Because let's say, for instance, that they were just on some
we agree on that, though.
That's what
we agree on that.
Right, yeah, that's all I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying?
The only thing I differ is that I'm not going to sit around and like hyper concern myself with how they are viewing my dialogue with one of my homeboys.
But I understand that. But I won't pick up their dialect as well. I won't repeat what they're saying. And that's what Chris Rock was saying. He was like, I agree with white people. You feel what I'm saying? It's a difference between black people and niggers. Basically what he was saying, he agreed with how white people look at black people. If you really look at how racist white people look at black people, they look at all of us the same. Because at any given time, we can have a nigger moment. I disagree with that whole shit totally.
You might have somewhat of a point.
No, come on.
That's a
point.
pretty strong point.
Come on, man. Let's keep it 100, man. I'm on 90. I'm on 98 to 99%, man. You feel what I'm saying? Chris Rock fucked up when he said it. It was funny. It was funny when he said it. But I'm on 99 to 100%.
Oh man, that's a dot reach right there, man.
Really? You hear this, bro? I'm reaching there. Come on, man. All right, cool.
You're reaching to the galaxy, so 98, 99%.
Come on, man. Keep it 100, though, man. All right, let's get to the next
caller
caller
right quick, man. We're going to get to 6509. What's good?
Hey. That was beautiful, AJ, man. Hey, I'm saying that. I want to be sure I make a comment to AJ, took my hat off to him. That was beautiful. You might have a nigga moment. The man said you might have a nigga moment. I wasn't expecting that one.
I told you don't give it no bars tonight, man.
Oh,
you know everybody is welcome.
Man, please.
Every,
not feed the ego.
Charles.
You
hating now, Charles. I hear you. Don't give it no bars tonight. Don't give it no bars tonight. Don't give it no bars. Play with me. I'm giving no bars tonight. I'm teaching. Let me work. Let me get it together. All first verse.
One day I looked up 3 words, and I looked them up in Wikipedia, something like that. Anyway, I wanted to get an in-depth thing of them, a definition. And I looked up the word oppression because I was reading somebody was talking or something about how we're being oppressed and this and that and stuff. Okay. So I looked up oppression. Then I looked up suppression. And I looked up repression. And I found out those 3 words mean they are progressional. They're progressional from oppression to repression. They move through a psychological change. Oppression is when somebody oppresses you, like, a battered wife or something. She's being oppressed, right? By her husband. He's beating her down, right? And suppression might be him telling her, don't you go out of the house either, or I'll beat you up again. Now he has her at suppression because, he's not really oppressing her, but he has her under threat. And then the next stage is repression. That's when she says, maybe I shouldn't go out. Maybe he's right. And she keeps herself in check. She keeps herself under bond. That's repression. And I think that's where we find ourselves now. We were heavily oppressed as a people worldwide, not just here. Look up the place called Melanesia. The Dutch killed every nigger there in Melanesia. Look it up. The Dutch are proud of it. I talk to Dutch people and I mention it to them and they go, oh, yeah, you know about that, huh? I say, yeah, right, I know about that. They don't expect us to know our own history, and usually we don't. But the thing is, I'm just saying I wanted to mention those 3 words and see if you can, if they do any good to bring that into light, that we were heavily oppressed and we have been suppressed, and now we're into repression, where a woman would tell her own son, don't go out there. They might kill you. Don't go out there and express your manhood, because that's what a lot of brothers want to do when they're in those young ages. They want to go out and express their manhood in whatever manner they can, So that's what I mean by those 3 words, and I hope everybody can look them up and see, what they think of those words, and see if they think that is a correlation between us and our situation, and how we can get out of the situation to stop repressing ourselves, let our spirits roam free, especially in our children.
All right, then. Definitely appreciate that too, man.
I like my Empress Nola too. I just wanted to say that too. I like that. I like that in addition to your thing, man. That's beautiful.
No, appreciate that, man. Yeah, definitely a strong queen right there.
Yeah.
So, man, salute to you for calling up, man. We're gonna got like a half an hour left, so we're gonna get to a couple more callers.
Thank you, man, for allowing me to speak.
Oh, man, always a privilege.
That's what we do, man. We joke around, man, but we love this knowledge, man. Give us these bars. That's what I want to hear. Enough of the bars, man.
Well, give me a warning when you're going to say something like a nigga moment, okay? I almost busted my gut here, man.
I mean, you feel what I mean? Yeah, It is what it is, man. You feel the same? I love all my brothers, man. I don't individualize nobody, especially when it comes to my people, man. Because one thing that we don't have the privilege of as black people is looked at as being individuals. That's one thing that we don't have the privilege of. You feel me? So if Ray gets shot, you could be like, well, he might have been selling drugs over there. He might have been doing this. You don't even know this man. But that's the first thing that come to your mind because that's how they looked at you and that's how they're going to present this. I'm not going to call him a nigga. I don't even know this man. You feel me? Just imagine. Well, I'm going a little bit too far. We got more callers, so let's just chop up there. I was about to get out. I was about to get in my bag. Let me chill.
Hey, so what I'm gonna do is, is that Rome? You still there, Rome?
Yo, yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to. All right, I'm gonna have to mute you, and I'm gonna have to mute everybody. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring Tia in, and I don't know, on Thursdays when she can fit us in, because she do a lot, man. She just a lot for the community, school, the whole nine. Just a super queen. But she gonna join us on our shows, when she can on Thursdays, just so we can get the queen's perspective. I think she'll add a nice little touch, to kind of round everything off and give us more of a diverse view of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the two kings, and I'm going to bring her in, and then we're going to bring somebody else in after we get her comfortable right quick. So salute to y'all for calling up. Definitely appreciate that, fam.
Definitely.
All right.
All right, I'm just making sure I get everything. All right, so 2082, we're gonna get to you right quick. What's good,
Hello,
Queen?
everyone.
How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing,
Good. How are you?
How you doing, Queen?
Doing great.
I'm doing wonderful. Peace to all you kings and queens on the line.
Yes,
Peace
yes,
to you.
ma'am. Yes.
What's going on over there on the West Coast?
Man, everything. It's a beautiful day. It's hot. It feels like it's summer out today.
Oh my God.
We were in the 80s.
I just had the biggest frown on my face because it is raining and it is cold over here.
Yeah.
You're like, I was just having a good time.
I kind of wanted to mute you.
Down.
Right. It's snowing outside.
I'm so sorry.
I heard it was snowing in Cleveland
sorry.
last night. I heard y'all getting a blizzard up there though, Jones.
Oh man, the good thing about that is that I told y'all, I just got the little gig around the corner, so I don't have to drive like an hour to work.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, I can get to work in 5 minutes.
I told you, man. I do a lot of research.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but how are you doing, Queen?
I'm doing wonderful. Just listening to everybody on the line. I jumped on a little late, but I heard some stuff that had me rolling, dying. Somebody talking about drawing on eyebrows.
Man, you feel? I think that. Well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just would go ahead.
You having an argument with yourself?
What?
I do this all the time. Trust me. I think about what I'm going to say 20 times before I say it. Y'all don't know me. I am a visual and mental slot machine. Everything bounces around in my head before I say it.
He's so used to debating. He debates himself. I'm going to say it? No, I'm not going to say it.
Before she say what she got to say, I'm in totally agreement with her. That's how much I say. I agree. Draw more.
Wow.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Let me just say, I don't understand it. I really don't understand the drawing on the eyebrows. I mean, that's clearly a part of makeup that is not intended to for men at all. I think that's something that women do for other women on some type of level. Because I personally have never walked up to a woman and been like, "Oh, your eyebrows are gorgeous."
Because
take it a step further. Like I've never commented on a woman's eyelashes unless they were like claws hanging out the
look
front
at
of her
the whole.
face.
I don't think guys zone in on that detail, but they zone in on the whole package with the eyebrows are a part of.
I think that females dress for females. Males dress for females. Females dress for other females to outdo them. You feel me? I can't notice because my best friend is a female. So I'll be like, yeah, I'm talking to this chick right here. And I show her a picture. She would point out things that I never even thought about. Like, did you just see in the background right there, her eyelashes wasn't matching in the background and her weave is not looking. I'm like, what in the hell? Like, is this like a picture of Where is Waldo? Like, I didn't see none of this shit that you're talking about right now.
Well,
like,
I think that men do notice it, but on a general level, because women are more, not saying that men don't have this trait, but to a lesser degree than women are extremely detail-oriented. So, yes, making sure a woman wants to feel like she meets the room or, wherever environment that she's walking into or is better than. But, she'll scan the room or, she'll, whatever is within her scope of style, she'll dress to the top of that and her capabilities. But men notice that too because so for men and women, when they look right, when they step out the house, they're looking right. There's like an extra energy, more vibe that's going on with that person. So when they walk into that environment, people are going to notice them, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So men pick up on that energy, and then they see the whole package, which the eyebrows are a part of. And then so a man, is pulled towards that, But I do agree with you guys. The eyebrow thing has gotten out of hand. It has.
Like, why would you cut off a perfectly good pair of eyebrows to draw on some more?
Yeah. I don't think that that's the intention. I could be wrong. But from my experience, they might get plucked, and then after a while they get damaged. And, maybe they don't grow back like that. So then they, I don't know. But I don't think that women take them off to draw them on. I just think that they're just probably doing too much sometimes and don't even realize it because they don't have any friends. Like, a friend is going to tell you what's up. I mean, they have, people that have that label, but your friends are going to tell you what's up. They're going to tell you the truth, whether it's good, bad, or ugly.
That's absolutely. Well, you know what? The problem with that one is that generally when you see one pair of drawn-on eyebrows, you're going to see a couple. They friends are drawing on, they friends drawing their eyebrows on too. Like, like if you see one woman who has a couple of female friends with her and she got on drawn on eyebrows, I bet you're going to see two or more of those women with drawn on eyebrows. They encouraging each other.
That's probably true. But, I mean, so are you guys saying that no enhancement at all? Or, like, I mean, what are you guys saying as far as drawing on the eyebrows? Because a woman can have some hair there, but, it might put some powder on it.
I don't know because I don't know because I've never been a woman one day in my entire life. You feel what I'm saying?
You guys can see what's too far.
See, that's why I don't indulge that deep. Let you be great, female. You feel what I'm saying? Be great. I don't want to indulge in it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you get into a time machine, do a backflip in the bathroom, you feel what I'm saying? You come out looking beautiful as you are as being my date. That's cool. I'm going to hop in the shower, brush my teeth. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure my hair is looking right and put on my clothes.
If you're going to do it, and I'm just saying, I just don't understand it. I'm not knocking anybody for doing it, but if you are going to do it, please try to stay away from that surprise look.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I met one of them when I was in my freshman year in high school. Her name was Kiara. I walk around the corner, I'd be scared as hell for real. Like, who's that nigga behind you? What the fuck? Like, is somebody about to get me? You feel what I'm saying? Because you look scared every time I see you. But that's a whole other story.
Or mad. So there's somebody that be perpetually mad. Hey, come on.
Hey, right.
I did want to make this point though, because it does go deeper than that. Because women do extra because the men notice. So, okay, like men, when y'all in y'all fun phase, which for some of y'all lasts a super long time.
Long time.
Still, like almost like the lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Y'all be going for the ones that like look fast, is fast. Y'all be skipping over the sisters that don't have all the extra. You know, you guys, men go for, the women that appeal to the flesh more so often than the women that appeal to the soul. So
that's a two-way
there's
street,
some
though.
sisters that like how?
Like let's say, like a woman to say, he has to be tall, dark, and handsome. But what if the dude that's 5'2" treats you like the queen that you are?
5'2" is short as hell. You were like 5'6". If I say 5'2", it's short as hell.
I don't know if that's apples and apples. I don't know.
You don't think so? I mean,
no.
Like it's a preference, right?
I mean, okay, we're talking about appearances, right? Like how a woman dresses and right, and how she does her styling, her makeup, and everything. I don't think that that's the same as physical attributes. Like, okay, if you want to say that for like, height-wise, well, what's up with the men not wanting to be with thicker women or, big women?
You got a point.
Shout out to my
much
BBWs.
of a dump, right?
Shout out to my BBWs. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out to them. Right.
Shout out to them. Because they're beautiful
salute.
On deck, right?
You're absolutely right about that.
But there's men that don't want that. Or there's men that don't want women.
It go both ways.
Yeah. But I think that because what the men do. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I think that because the men, skip over for that it puts pressure on women who are tired of waiting, tired of being single or whatever, to step up their game too, so they can, be in the competition. Not that they're those type of women, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know. I think that
if we're gonna talk about relationship statuses, if we're gonna talk about basically being in a relationship, period, we have to look at these things from both sides of the table, and I would never tell anybody to lower their standards, but if you're shooting for the stars, right, and you're bringing something to the table that I'm not bringing to the table, and you're expecting me to handle these certain things, you cannot get mad at me for turning my back towards them. Now, you feel what I'm saying? I'm a young dude. You feel what I'm saying? Don't have any kids. You feel what I'm saying? Live by myself. And a female comes towards with me. She lives with her peoples, and she has 3 kids, and she has crazy ass baby fathers. It's just like, you got to work a little extra harder than that. You feel what I'm saying? We really have to connect. And that's not me disrespecting you. You feel what I'm saying? But this is me being free. Because if the roles was reversed, you'll be like, this nigga ain't shit. That's the first thing you come out of it. Like, let's keep it 100 if the roles was reversed.
That's what
that's a tough. You know what? Let's take a couple of calls right quick, if y'all don't mind. We only got like 20 minutes left.
All right, no doubt.
Cool.
You good with that, Queen?
Yeah, cool.
All right, we're gonna take
I like her
7124.
voice. She's cool with it. I like her voice.
Yeah, good people.
Hey.
Hey.
What's good, Sam? 7124. Hello, 7124. All right. right. I tried 7124.
Oh, it came in at the last second.
I didn't even know that I had pressed something, but I guess I'm on.
You know what? No, that's my fault, Queen. That for not paying attention. My bad. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right, peace.
All right. Okay, well, we all mess up at some point. My bad. Let's get to. I couldn't remember it. We're gonna get to 9605 right quick.
Hey, AJ, how you doing?
What's going on? How you doing, Sugar?
Hey, Joseph. I'm good. This is
I don't know about that one. I feel some type of way about that.
About what?
What? Because she mentioned my name first? Oh, my God. That's cool. I mean,
the way she said it, though, was like, hey, AJ. Oh, and Joseph.
I always claim he was my son's son, right?
That's big.
How y'all doing
right.
This lovely evening?
That's sis right there.
I just been kind of hating on AJ today, so my bad.
Oh, no, AJ all right with me. He all right with me. He got to put me in my place sometimes and say, down, girl, chill out. But, yeah, he's all right with me. How you doing, Joseph?
She said hello to you, Joseph.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. How are you?
I'm great.
I guess that's why nobody talks to me.
Has been all over the place. Y'all been all over the place, and I love it. I like it.
Yeah, that was the intent of the whole story. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to talk about kitty litter, you feel what I'm saying? Chemtrails, hotel room, anything you want to talk about. That's what we're talking about tonight. You feel what I'm saying? Let it all out, sister. No more pain. You feel what I'm saying? Get on your Mary J. Blige.
Every call y'all ever had, I love it. Y'all be all over the place. I love it. But I want to get to these eyebrows and who's 5'2" and thieves and
See,
what you got?
See, let me step outside of my conscious self for a second. Niggas don't recognize that, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh my God.
And I get it.
Sounds like y'all do.
Well, it depends on the dude. It's very rare. It's rare. It's kind of rare for a dude to be, totally interested in a woman's makeup and attire. I mean, it's very rare. But it's superficial, and that's the problem with our self-hate. Okay, can y'all hear me?
I
bought a new Bluetooth, so first one ever. Yeah, I'm catching up to speed. Okay. It's very superficial. First of all, we go out, when we leave our house every day, I don't care if you're downtown in the hustle or bustle, you're around thousands of people walking past you, but every white person that walks past us, we look at them as just, that's just a person. Every black person we see, we scrutinize them. Look at his hair. Ooh, look at her brows. I mean, we just constantly, daily, all day, even if it's on television.
So let me ask you this: Do we do that? Do we do that to look down on them, or do we do that to basically look? Okay.
Tell the truth. Shame the devil. I'm telling you. Think about it. You don't say it out loud, but subconsciously, when you're walking down that street and you see somebody like, all these negative feelings and vibes come through your mind and your head, and you'll look at a white person and you don't say, he's sad. Right. Look at her. Why he got that on? Everything about when you look at them looks normal, but it's every black person. It's just like we zone in on every minor detail. And this is the project I told my brother Rico, until you can, and it's going to be extremely hard to get out of it. I'm still in it. I'm still caught in it, but I'm conscious of being in it, okay? So when I'm watching television or if I'm out in the streets, and I see a white person, I mean, I have to look extremely hard, and I'm like, okay, you don't have no lips. I have to force myself to find something wrong with them. Force myself. And somebody could be in front of me in line, and I'll be like, her weave ain't right.
But see, I mean, because
a bad person.
You have to understand. See, let me break it down for you. See, now you have to understand that the ultimate target for somebody that's going to basically focus their anger or aggression on is somebody that's weaker than them. Black people only targets is other black people. You feel what I'm saying?
And it's
These
sad.
are the only people that we can attack. You feel what I'm saying? As far as mentally, as how we look at them, and stereotype them, and that goes back to the conversation that we had earlier when we were talking about those are black people and those are niggers. I don't look at the world like that anymore. I had to shake myself.
Let me ask you this.
It is so embedded.
I agree that it's embedded, but is it also easier out of familiarity? Like if I got a Mustang, what I'm saying, it's like if I got a Mustang and AJ got a Mustang, I can look at his Mustang and be like, man, he don't have X, Y, and Z. You know, he only got a 350. He only got this much horse. I can criticize it readily because I have a Mustang. If he got a Lincoln,
you have to break it down. You have to break it down. These things are things that we can buy and possess. We can't compare what we can buy and possess to how we look at a person that cannot change who they are. We can't look at possessions the way that we look at people.
You're missing what I'm saying. Okay. What I'm saying is that I'm a black dude. You know, I know what brothers go through coming up. You know, so
correct.
For me to see another brother, I could recognize something that another culture is not going to recognize and critique that. That's what I'm saying.
But we're not looking at what he bought.
That's it right there. Because we are conditioned to look. I mean, we're not conditioned to compare ourselves with. Okay, we're going to just say the white race, you know, as an example. I mean, we can, but we're not conditioned. We should. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but just because of our history here. We're conditioned really to look at ourselves. And
exactly.
It can come from a point of
until we can
but
look at our
not so much, right, which we need to, which is what Black empowerment is all about. Like, we can do what you can do and better.
Empty, they ain't got no lips, but we look at them and our brain doesn't even connect that, you know, they fucked up. They look horrible. He ain't got no lips. Look at them crow's eyes. You know, what kind of shoes is them? He ain't dressed right.
Right. What are those? That shit was the worstest trend that I ever seen last year. The what are those trend? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been working the what are those trends when they was pointing at people's shoes. I've been hustling since I was 12 years old. So we ain't even going to go to what I can possess and what I own is money. So I've never been a part of that. Went to school and I was wearing some broke-ass Hakeem Olajuwons. I had J's. You feel what I'm saying? I had Timbs and all these other shit. But all these things are basically something that I felt as though would make me feel better just by having them on. So the same way that you brought up the car situation, it doesn't change the person in the car. So if you're going to look at the person in the car and both of them are black, and then you question why he is in that car because he's black, then now it's a problem with the person that's in the car and not the car.
You're taking what I'm saying out of context, though. The analogy is that we are the car, not the person in the car. And the reason I said that
white supremacists doesn't look at it that way.
But I'm not talking about white supremacy. I'm talking about
what's the point?
When we criticize somebody else.
You wouldn't even look at his Mustang or think about his Mustang.
Say that again?
Well, he got factory rims on it, you know, whatever. He drive past you in a Mustang. You look over, it's a white boy. You turn your head. You ain't even going to check his car out. Because he's what?
That's just
but you know what? I think that
the
whites, I think that they do compare each other like how we saying, you know, but they do it on a different level, which is what we need to do. Wherein they're like, oh, they got, I don't know, a Subaru, and oh, they got I don't know,
Kit Rams,
Lexus or Mercedes. They don't look at like, oh, they look at, okay, this money got them that, so. You know, and that their money got them that. Like, they compare each other and they take it back to what they're accomplishing, you know, as far as building themselves up and building wealth. Not like, you know, not superficial stuff that, you know, paycheck can get. Exactly. They are comparing portfolios, you know, not just like, oh, she could, oh, weave, you know, the weave is bad. Or, you know what I'm saying, or the factory rims example that you gave. But we need to do the same thing as opposed to, you know, like looking at superficial things. We need to, you know, think back to like economics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is going to, you know, what in my portfolio is going to get me this? You know, and they're more concerned about their houses and, you know, bigger investments, not like what they can wear on their body, but traditionally we have been blocked out of getting these things. And, you know, so what we wore on our body made us feel rich. And then that's what was the basis of us comparing each other on. Oh, I'm better than X, Y, and Z because I can afford this car. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be about that. It should be about what's in our portfolio. Because that's what they do.
I swear to God, I never looked at another brother in my life and thought that he was better than me just because of what he was driving. I can accomplish the same thing that he can. I don't have
a
about
accomplishments. I'm talking about
talking shit about people.
Pretty much.
Say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's not about accomplishments. It's about talking shit about somebody. And I will say me personally, I am the UN of shit talking.
And this is
that falls in the same category because I don't talk shit about nobody. Anything you can do, I can do better. You ever seen that commercial? I was raised on that.
Talking about being superficial or not. Okay. Right. So I heard one young man earlier talking about why do they cut them off the drawing board? First of all, 99% of them are not cut off. They just putting eyeliner over top of it. They don't understand or get the logistics of it. It's too dark. There's hair there. But then with that said, in the movie Rocky, she had bifocals, nerdy, and she became a beautiful woman. Okay, you cannot just look at a woman and say, ooh, she ratchet, she got drawn on eyebrows, and move to the next person. No, because when you whip somebody, and then you got to deal with them. So, you can't let eyebrows or weave be your deciding factor on whether or not this person is dateable. I can't let whether you're 300 pounds or 150 pounds be the deciding factor. We don't give each other a chance. They do. And when I say they, I mean all the rest of them, except for us. You understand? Now, if it's somebody that's ratchet,
eyebrows reflects a bad decision, though.
We have one. Hold on. We do have one more caller. We have one more caller. Can we please?
I gotta get to this next caller, Queen.
It's gotta be Rico.
That's funny to you.
No, I don't think it's him. But yeah, we have another caller.
Yeah, we got killed.
I mean, I think it would. It's a bad decision. Like,
I feel you on that one too, though. It does reflect some decision making. But Queen, thank you for calling up. We definitely appreciate it. All right. Well, I guess you can't hear me. Salute to you, and you have a good evening. And let's get Kills on the line right quick.
Let's get Boo Boo on the line. Hey, Boo Boo.
We got 9672 right quick. What's good, Kills?
Good evening,
Kings
and queens. Hey, Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo.
AJ, I hear you cheating on me. What's going on?
Oh, I'm not cheating. Oh my God, I am not cheating on you.
Don't get your ass whipped.
I am not cheating on you. Quick. I am not cheating on you, Boo Boo. I am not.
I'm just not. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing better now that you called up.
Look at you with the fucking hot G up in my ear. Look at that hot G, baby. So I was listening to the conversation, and I see y'all was taking into the superficial side of things with us amongst each other. Yeah, so
right.
Like the sister was saying, we are harder on each other. I agree with that. Like when we look at somebody, we like automatically we size them up. Like what they got on. They got on J's. His sneakers is busted. It's like that's the way we was programmed to feel good about ourselves. So when we see another black person So when we see another black person that's not, quote unquote, fresh to death, you know what I mean? We have this habit of talking down about others to make ourselves feel better.
Correct.
Because truthfully, majority of us don't really have that self-love we're supposed to have. Because if we did, we wouldn't give a damn about anybody's sneakers and cars and, you know, what kind of purse this heifer got and, you know, whatever. You know? It's like we do this because that's the only way we feel good about ourselves. But it's still a void. You know, it's still a void inside us.
Correct.
That
because
we have to go and spend our last dollar on a designer who's already rich, and we still freaking struggling, living in a project, don't even have matching furniture.
Because we look at, see, the thing is, as far as black people, right, we feel as though that the money is liquid in our hands. We feel as though that if we don't spend it, it's just going to escape us. We're not worried about generational wealth.
Ain't just black people, though.
We're not programmed to think about generational wealth.
If it's not just black people, then explain it to me. Who else exists?
In my opinion, every culture has their comparisons from one to the next. It's just what comparisons you're making. You know, we're comparing Jordans. We're comparing
that's not true. See, because now I'm gonna break it down a little bit further.
Let me
hear me out.
Well, let me finish my statement though. Like if you go to a really expensive private school where everybody rich in that private school, they're comparing their GPAs and what colleges they got accepted to. If you go to the poorest of the poor school, they're comparing, well, what kind of pants you got on. Right. So everybody has some type of intracultural comparisons. It's just the level of those comparisons are different.
No, see, time out. Now you're talking about what they're investing in. Because we all have the same amount of money. If black people accumulate $1 trillion per year, if our spending power is $1 trillion, and you just brought up the comparison of what Asian people and other multicultural people do, they're putting it in education, but we're putting it into something that doesn't basically build and help us, which would be fashion, correct?
We're helping someone else get rich. We're helping someone else.
So how can you?
Wealth.
I don't understand the comparison that you're making. I just don't.
What I'm saying is that every culture, like if it's two white dudes, they are comparing themselves in some way, shape, or form. I can throw the football longer than you. I got a faster car. I got a bigger house.
I'm not comparing myself to black people. I'm not comparing two white people to black people.
You are missing what I'm saying though. What I'm saying
is culture. I get your point. You're right.
Yeah. Intraculturally.
The comparisons
within
are culturally
each
defined.
Culture. Right.
Yeah.
We all have we compare.
You know what? Okay. No, we don't. Because how can we compare each other when we already know for a fact that they didn't compare each other as far as being equal in how that they treated us as far as going through a school system, as far as us basically getting the same type of hold on. You're cutting me off. Now, as far as us getting loans, as far as where we're living at, as far as these certain things, they didn't look at us like we're equal. You're comparing to white people. Compare a white person and a black person in this same type of equation that you're making.
You are completely missing the point.
Explain it again. Maybe I'm missing it. Explain it again.
Right. I'm trying to. I'm not saying that the comparisons between black and white people. What I'm saying is that white people compare themselves to other white people. Asian people compare themselves to other Asian people. Black people compare themselves to other black people. The way we compare ourselves to one another may vary, but we all do it. That's what I'm saying. Not from one culture to the next. I'm talking.
That is totally not true.
Within each culture.
That's totally not true. That is totally not true. That is totally not true. Now, hold on. See, this is how I'm going to debunk that whole statement. If we, as far as black people, compare ourselves as far as other black people, then why are we wearing Gucci belts?
Yep.
Do black people make Gucci belts?
Because
no,
that is our level of comparison. Oh, you got on a Gucci belt. That person got on a Gucci belt. I don't have a Gucci. I got a Gucci belt. They don't. We do that to each other. I'm saying that.
Right. No, that is shaming of black people. That's shaming of black people. That's not comparing. No, that is not comparing of black people. That is shaming of black people. That's not comparing. Because do you?
Wait a
minute. Because how can I compare myself? So shut the fuck up. So how can
Whoa! Don't do that. But you gotta let everybody else talk too, bruh.
So what did she say? How can I compare myself to somebody that don't? How can I compare myself to somebody that don't even make what I want to buy? We're not even in the same boat.
That made absolutely no
not
sense.
from your perspective, though. Just because
from your personal perspective.
I'm sorry, sister. Go ahead.
Did you just hear what he just said? Like, did you just hear what he just said?
He's saying no matter what the race is, there is always going to be people competing with each other, whether it's white people, black people, Hispanic people, whatever, no matter what.
Right.
And I agree with him. Even if it's, even parents do it to their kids. They be like, oh, little Tommy scored A's, and why you can't get no A's? You need to be like little Tommy. You know what I'm saying? The parents do it to the kids. They make the kids feel like, oh, they not up to par because they not scoring as high or getting a certain grade or reaching a certain status or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It's no matter, he's right, no matter what race is, there is a level of competition. It's natural in humans to begin with. But us as black people, our mentality.
So
and
basically what you're saying is.
Don't cut me off. Let me finish, because I'll let you finish. And you didn't like no one cutting you off, so let me get the same goddamn respect. Thank you. Anyway, so the point is, if we're going to the thing is with black people, when we compare ourselves to others, it's in a negative way. You know what I mean? And it's in a negative way. It's mostly in a negative way.
Not always. Not always.
Because, all right, let me just say the state of our people, as a whole, the state of our people as a whole mentally. Can I finish?
Yes, it is.
The state of our people as a whole mentally, okay? We are pretty much still slaves in the mind. We're not conscious of loving ourselves. We're not conscious of what we really did. We're not conscious of how powerful and how beautiful we really are. That's why majority of the women are wearing blue contacts, blonde hair weaves, you know.
Here we go with this coon talk.
What coon talk?
Stop it, man. That is not coon talk at all.
It's not everyone.
I didn't say everyone, Mama. I said majority. I said majority.
I know.
I didn't say everyone.
I'm agreeing with you, sister. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like majority of us, we have to alter our features and alter the way we look in order for us to
So you're actually telling us that basically we shouldn't buck against the system, but we should reform under the system of white supremacy. We should just...
That's not what you're saying.
Oh, y'all...
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's how you taking it. That's not what I said.
Wait.
Yes, it is.
I'm saying how you squint my eyes. What?
That's how you taking it. That's not what I said.
No, because that's how it is. That's how it is. Let's keep it 100.
Like that. And that's what I was saying. This is how it is. And then as soon as I started saying something, you want to cut me off and say, oh, so you're saying this. I'm saying this is how it is among our
you still boo-boo, though. You still boo-boo.
I'll always be boo-boo. I got this. Now, but my point is, as women, black men, we shouldn't look at what the next person's wearing and
I don't do that. I don't make blanket statements when I'm talking about my people. I don't.
Okay,
we don't have the privilege. Hold on, wait a minute. We do not have the privilege of being looked at as individuals. So when we talked about this earlier as far as being black people and niggers, that shit pisses me off. We don't have the privilege of being looked at as individuals. I look at Charles as an individual. I look at you as an individual. So when you make these, 25%, you haven't did the math behind that shit. You didn't do it. You're just making a blanket statement. Don't do that. You see what I'm saying?
From my perspective and what
black people are more important.
And what I've seen and what I see on TV and what I see in the music.
So talk about it from what you see it as.
That's what I'm
talk about it from what you seen it as.
That's what I'm speaking from. But you're taking my statement mad personal, boo. I'm not coming for you.
Yeah.
You're taking it personal like I'm talking about you directly. And I'm not.
Right.
If you talk about put it like this. If you talk about any black person in a negative way, yes, you're talking about me. Because that person represents me. Because if he... Yes.
Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. If that's the case, then you should never call nobody a fool.
Now, this is how I'm going to kill it. Because I could have been Trayvon Martin. I could have been Michael Brown. You feel what I'm saying? I could have been any of those people.
In the eyes of the white man, yeah.
Hold on.
Thank you. She just took the whole argument in front of the white man's eyes.
Hold on 1 second, AJ. I want to thank everybody that tuned in to the show. It's My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. I want to let y'all know we are going over just a couple of minutes. So if you tuned in, don't hang up or you won't be able to call back up. If you linked up, don't click off the link or you may not be able to get back on. And my bad. Go ahead. I had to let everybody know that, though.
This is My Skin is My Sin overtime. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get this shit popping.
AJ takes my statement personally, like I'm talking about AJ.
Yes,
I'm saying
I take everything that is speaking about black people in a negative light personally. Because this can happen.
Then why do you call other black people coons?
But the discussion has to be.
What do you mean? Why do I call black people coons? Because they are. They are not my people. I don't give a fuck about anybody that's on the
So
channel.
those black people ain't black people because you decided.
Right now.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
you are
nigga.
extremely contradicting yourself.
How?
Gemini
Whoa.
It gotta be. I mean,
Hold on, females. Females about to have this conversation. Let's chop this table. Why can't I call black people coons? Why can't I call black people coons?
You just said
anytime
that you don't
anyone
like speaking
says
about black people.
You let him talk. Let him talk for himself.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Why can't I call black people coons?
You just finished saying
Why
that
can't
you don't like
I don't
speaking
think
about
people.
you don't like speaking about people of color in a negative way. Did you not just say that? Now that's that Gemini shit. They'll say this and then they're gonna be like, no, I didn't say that. You just said you do not like speaking about black people.
I don't consider anybody that's not basically for the upliftment for black people on my side. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care how you look. It's melanated people all across the world. That doesn't mean that they're on my side.
So when I say majority of our people, our melanated people, judge each other in a negative way, you took offense to that.
Because you're judging them off of their actions and not what they believe in. Coons believe what they say. That's a whole difference. Yes.
I think
that makes absolutely no sense.
I just want to say that in order to have a healthy discussion,
you gotta be quiet so somebody can talk.
In order to have a healthy discussion,
shit, nigga, I ain't be quiet. Nigga, you gotta tell them to be quiet.
Why are you using the N-word?
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you, boy.
You gotta be willing to hear some negative stuff, some stuff that you don't agree with. I mean, that's the only way that the discussion can be healthy and to move forward. What she's saying is a point. I mean, she was making a point. There's a lot of people that judge negatively, and that's just a fact. That goes for whatever, black culture, Asian culture, white culture, whatever. But, I mean, if it's something that's not conducive to the uplifting of black people and black empowerment, we got to be willing to discuss it because it's something that exists in order to make plans and solutions to improve it. And if you're so for the betterment of our people, then you got to be willing to participate in that conversation, even when it's being silent on something that you're unwilling to hear or don't necessarily agree with.
Thanks, sister girl.
Right.
Thank you, sister girl.
I agree.
Yes, thank you, sister girl. Now, my point was...
It's like you deciding... It's okay. You want to decide who is black and who is not, because it sounds like you saying if you call them a coon and they ain't black, you don't consider them black because they're not for the uplifting of people. You consider them just melanated. They just happen to be blessed with the right melanin when they were born. But you're making a decision. You're doing that, and then you're saying that other people that do that are wrong. I'm trying to make sense of that. But that's where the hypocrisy comes in.
I agree with that. And then if you're trying to enlighten perspectives, you can't call a person a name because they're going to take offense to it and they're going to automatically get turned off. Arguments going to go back and forth.
It's going to become a negative situation.
Right in the first place. Exactly. And you said it right. You said that's coon talk. That's the first thing that you said instead of calling the person, calling her coon, but, this situation. But we got to refrain. We got to step back from, because black people are still, she's right. Black people are still trying to wake up. And there's a lot of us that's like caught up in, just wrong perspectives where a lot of us still have mental chains on us in different, and we're waking up at different rates and different frequencies. So in order for us to, once we step up, we got to turn around and pull somebody else up in order to do that. Right? We can't call them out. We can't call them names. We got to do it in love, you know? Coon talk, coon mentality, but not you a coon.
Yeah, but see, he just said he don't judge people. But when you call somebody a coon, that is a judgment, whether you want to accept it or not.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, I don't judge my people this way. I don't look at my fellow brother like that. Oh, that's that coon talk. You just pretty much, what's the word I said? I forgot the word I said. You contradict yourself. Yeah, sorry. When you just pretty much contradicted your passionate, judgment of your own man. You know what I'm saying? Everything you just said, I don't look at my man like that. I don't look at him like that. I don't know. You just saying that it's not all black people. But then you're going to say, oh, that's that coon talk. You just contradicted your whole previous statement. You know what I'm saying? Because you just made a negative statement about another black person.
I hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say our programming is what we have to break out of.
See, this one thing I don't follow. Just because we look the same doesn't mean that you're on my same team.
That's true. I totally agree.
I go by your actions.
Exactly. I judge you by your heart. I judge you by your heart and your soul. I judge you by your heart and your soul. I don't look down on you because you don't got the J's on. First of all, I can't stand the spirit of materialism.
See, now you're talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about your psychology and how you carry things. I'm not disrespecting you.
I'm saying as an
because I already know that any point in time I can hear the muted at any given time. I can hear that. So let me walk lightly. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk about how let's talk about how many of how many practices that we honestly looked at and we praised that have been infiltrated. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go back to Marcus Garvey. Let's go back to the Denmark VC. They had people that was in there that was with, it's just not all about black people. Let's talk about humanity. They want to be humanitarians. The people that control the world, the people that control everything on this planet don't think from a humanitarian type of standpoint. So why the fuck... Why the fuck is everybody mad at me when I say I don't like coons? When I say that a nigga is a coon and he look just like me, I'm not looking at him as a black person. You are eliminated in my eyes and you're not black no more.
This is why everybody got mad at you. This is why everyone got mad at you.
Why do they have to be eliminated? Can they be changed? Can they be transformed? Can we?
You have to prove it to me. But see, that's the whole thing. I'm glad that you said that because they have to prove it to me. They proved that they was a coon. We have to prove. Hold on. See, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me.
We can't help but listen to you.
You don't let nobody talk. You don't let nobody talk.
Man, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit.
Get out your feelings, bro.
Hey, man, you gotta stop with that, bro. Stop it.
No, I'm being serious, nigga.
See, why are you saying the N-word?
Right, bro, man.
Why are you calling your little brother the N-word? We already know the N-word, the way it's used, and the way that it's perceived as a negative word.
So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna get all, emotional, like. I'm not gonna say that that ain't how we talk.
I'm trying to get that out my vocabulary. So I feel like that's
because I don't understand why if a room of people agree with the same thing, but they're mad at me from how I'm saying the same thing that they agree with. Do you understand how stupid that shit sounds? So if I say the same thing that you agree with, now you're happy with it.
Let me respond to that. And my point is that for whatever reason, you seem to wrap everything up in one neat little package. And if anyone disagrees with anything inside of that box, you think they disagree with the box. No, I agree with a great majority of what you said. That's not true at all. I'll let you talk. You gonna let me talk. Now, I agree with a great majority of what you said. I really do. And I tell you, I'll be the first one to say, yeah, I agree with that. You're right, bro. But there are some things in your statement I did not agree with. Like, you can't, I don't agree that it's okay for you personally to judge people, but then for you also to say it's not okay for other people to judge people.
That's not true.
You can't have it both ways.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's true.
That's not true. See, the thing is, black people as a whole, if we're going to look at it like, well, we're just not going to judge anybody, we just love everybody. We're just going to let everybody inside of our whole circumference. Where has that gave us? Where has that led us? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are missing the point.
I mean,
I'm not even making a call on whether the judgment is okay or not. What I'm saying is you can't be the only person that has the ability to make a call.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I'm going to tell you how. Yes, I can. Now, hear me out. Now, hear me out. Now, say, for instance, right, if you was to have a party, right, if you was to have a party and I was security at the front door, I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision right there at the front door. Will I let this nigga in or will I not let this dude in? Right? That has nothing to do with you. This has something to do with me, but it has something to do with you and bettering your party that you're having at that point in time. I just don't feel his vibes.
The flaw in that what you just said is that the assumption is that I chose you to be security. I didn't choose you to be security.
So if you chose me to be security,
you walked up to my party and you just said I'm security.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because you hired me as security. It's a difference. Now, did you ask me or not to be a co-host of your show? I just didn't walk up on your show. I just didn't walk up on your show and just say, you know what, I'm just a nigga in here.
But is that supposed to mean I'm supposed to just co-sign everything you say, even if I disagree?
You have to understand. You have to understand what I'm saying. If you want me to protect this brand, this image, you have to let me make these decisions that you probably won't even see. If you're in the party and you're in VIP, you don't see what the security does. But you have enough trust in the security to do what they do. Correct?
Yeah, I
but he needs credentials.
To an extent what you're saying, but to say, I mean, basically what you're saying is, if you say somebody's a coon, I should just take your word for it because you said they're a coon.
That's not true.
No, bro, that never happened.
I can prove it. Every time I call somebody a coon, I can prove it. Name somebody I called a coon, and I bet you I can back it up. Name somebody. Just name one person.
I don't. You call a lot of people coons, bro.
Name one person. Name one person. I mean, Jobs, you gotta name one person to back up your statement, dog.
You called me a coon, although you don't admit it.
No, I didn't. I never called you a coon. No, I didn't. Why do you keep saying that?
Because I know how Geminis are.
No, I didn't. I literally never called this man a coon.
Maybe you don't
recall. But he
keeps
saying this. Like, why do you keep saying this?
He recalls it and you don't.
What?
If he says it, that means he recalls you calling him a coon and you don't. And being that you're a
Gemini,
Josh
recall a lot. No, Josh recall a lot of shit that he can't prove. I'm just gonna keep it 100 because I asked him the same question I'm asking y'all now. What was the name of the show that I called you a coon on? And play the record back.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not
because you're putting the label, my nigga. No, keep it 100. You're putting the label on me. You feel what I'm saying? That I'm not claiming.
You just label people yourself.
I never called Josh a
label on you.
It's funny.
I never called Josh cool. See, I already and you know what the whole thing is? I know exactly what show he's talking about. I was cracking on his boots, but I never called him cool.
So I don't have to go through every one. You could have just said.
I don't remember, nigga. You already know I don't remember that shit.
You know what show it is?
Oh my God. This is going.
But I remember that conversation. If I remember enough of that conversation we had, I don't remember me calling you a coon. So don't do that, man. See, that's one of those pacifier type of things, man.
Can we agree that there's different levels?
I never called you a coon, man. Why the fuck would I work with a coon?
Say that again. I want to hear what you
say. Can we agree that there's different levels of being, of
I'm not mad at nothing, dog. I'm not mad at nothing. I'm mad that you will really sit back there and co-sign this. That's taking my name. If I'm against coons, correct? But if I call somebody that I'm doing the show with a coon, correct? Don't that take my name? Correct?
I tell you what would be the easiest thing possible.
Is that a yes or no answer?
We'll just ask Sean. Let's see what
It's not a yes or no answer. of course. I just want you to pull up the show when I said it.
I don't even know what your question
Let me ask
was.
it again. Let me ask it again. So okay, hold on. Let me ask it again. If I'm so against Coons, correct?
Right.
But I'm doing a show with Coons, correct? Wouldn't that coincide with what I'm doing? You ain't gonna listen to the question I'm asking.
Actually, you finished the question. I heard you. And yeah, I would agree.
So,
I mean, I can't explain it.
I just want you to prove the point to me, my nigga. That's all I want.
And like I said, man, I don't care, bro. And you know I don't.
I swear to goodness,
people's opinion of me, like that means so little, man. Like in the grand scheme of things, because when I wake up, man, I feel good.
I feel vice versa.
It's all about what we think about ourselves.
Vice versa,
and that's the reason I asked you to come on the show. Is not because we think alike. It's because we think differently. We have the same goals. We have different thought processes on how to attain those goals, and that's why I wanted Tia to come on the show when she can. I don't want people to be all that's basically like a sounding board or I'm preaching to the choir. I want to learn some new shit. Tell me I'm doing something wrong, okay, and tell me why. Or am I right about this? I want to have healthy dialogue and talk about things that we definitely don't agree on, so that maybe at some point after those conversations we can say, you know what, bro, you right, or I'm wrong, or you wrong and I'm right, whatever the case is, and we can come to some type of consensus.
Like so. All right, now, Jobs, how many times have we talked behind the scenes and we said that to each other?
Hey, whose phone is that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she said don't worry about it, nigga. She was like, don't worry about it. We're going to make a lot of noise in the background. Don't worry about that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
It ain't none of your
Get
business.
out of here. Get out of here.
Don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with the conversation. Don't worry about it.
But on some real shit, it's like, I don't think that, see,
we all have different lives. We all been through different shit. We all have different perspectives on different things. Now, we can agree on that, correct? We all
correct.
Absolutely.
Now, this is one thing I do want to, I just want to ask this out as far as, because me and Jobs is the homies. You feel what I'm saying? That nigga the homie.
Right.
When I went to the Million Man March, I already had on his gear. You feel what I'm saying? That was the first thing that came to my mind. Watch me rock this. You feel what I'm saying? It's one thing to wear it in your house. It's another thing to wear it around a million black people. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I felt about it. So when I say that, yeah, it's a show going on, and I'm promoting this, you feel what I'm saying? This is how I feel about it. I give a fuck about this show. I actually give a lot of fucks about this show.
You give a lot of fucks about things.
I mean, depends on. So you just want to downplay the fuck that I give a fuck about the show? Cool.
You give a fuck about a lot of things.
Man.
I didn't downplay anything. Come on, baby. You need a hug. Mama gotta give you a hug. You're feeling your feelings today. It's because of the mood.
Yes. Yo, I'm a Gemini, yo. Like, yo, I swear to goodness, nigga, I swing on niggas like no warning.
See,
you feel
we
what
don't
I'm
need
saying?
we don't need to go there because that's.
But when I love, yeah, the love is there. You feel what I'm saying? And Jobs is playing this.
Well, we gotta show that side too.
Jobs is playing this fucking big brother role with me, and I don't like that. I slammed. Rest in peace, my older brother. You feel what I'm saying? I slammed my older brother. You feel what I'm saying, nigga? You keep trying to, nigga. This is what you need to do.
I'm not getting slammed. But
we need not speak in these terms.
Yeah,
we need not speak in these terms.
That was the same thing my older brother said when he was in the air. And he was 6'4".
Right.
He was all in the air. I can see my house from here. You feel what I'm saying?
You think it's too hard to prove something that is you don't have to prove to us. It's nothing.
It's nothing.
But what I want to say is, hold on, AJ. What I wanted to say is that it's us. Like this ain't no, like we don't get on the show and act different than when, like me and AJ chop it up all the time, and it's the same thing. We'll go at it, and then call each other up the next day like, what's up, bro?
It is what it is. You know, we're not about to sugarcoat it for nobody. Sometimes it seems like we're angry at each other. We ain't angry at each other. So I don't want people to leave with that impression.
Truth be told, it makes for good radio.
I ain't gonna lie. He is. You feel what I'm saying? He is.
I think we all should just love each other and agree to disagree on certain perspectives because we live different lives and been through different shit. The only thing we could agree on is we are a target in America. Well, shit, all over the world, not just America.
And we are for black empowerment.
Exactly. And we are trying to uplift our folks, you know? At least I am. That's why I tell people get into that voodoo life, because voodoo could get a lot of shit done. Just don't use it to hurt others.
And that's why I slid in them.
Did you say voodoo?
Yes, I did, Mama. Voodoo.
Like VOODOO voodoo?
Yes, Mama. Yes. Yes. See, if you're a little nervous about that topic, are you a little nervous about that topic?
Yes. I just wanted to be clear on what I heard.
You just wasn't ready. I
don't know about that.
Okay. A lot of our folks don't know about that. And that is the main thing we should know about because it would help us fight the power. It'll help us fight the power. It'll help protect our sons and our men and our brothers and our fathers in the streets away from without the police trying to, you know what I'm saying, take them down. It will help us with a lot, especially if we stuck together and did it as a unit. You know what I mean? How you think the Haitians got? You know how I am about that.
Yeah, as far as the Haitian Revolution, yes, yeah, they definitely did.
How you think they became the only independent black republic? Because they was about that voodoo life. And that's why after that happened, all the slave masters enforced all their slaves to fear voodoo, fear black magic, fear it, because Jesus will have you burn in hell if you partake in this. They have us programmed to believe that it's demonic and evil. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. You can do fucked up shit with it, yes. Just like people can pray for you, people can also pray against you. You know what I mean? But if we were to stop fearing it and accept it and be open to it and research it, you know what I mean? And I can help because I'm into this stuff. I can help guide you guys. You can find the true love.
When you gonna help me?
Who said when you gonna help me? Who's that? Is that Mr. Greg? Is that Boo Boo?
That was AJ.
Yeah, that's.
AJ, I want to help you find your true love. I was going to talk to you on some other personal level, but you want to bring it on air. We could talk about that. I was going to help you, and I was going to ask if you wanted to do the ritual for you or if you wanted me to guide you and do your own ritual.
Guide me.
Guide you? Say no more. So hit me. Slide in my DM, boo-boo. Slide in my DM.
Wow.
I can help a lot of people do a lot of things with my knowledge.
You sound like it too, like guide me, please.
You know what I'm saying? But we're so busy fearing it. Oh, they're messing with that voodoo stuff. Oh no. Y'all, we so busy fearing it when we should be embracing it because it can help us. It'll protect our sons, our fathers, our brothers when they leave the house. It'll help us build wealth. It'll help us find true love and find a queen and a king that you can build your wealth with and protect your family with and all that. But everybody's still fearing it. We're still programmed to be, living in fear. Oh, y'all be doing that voodoo shit. You know, and it's like, yeah, do that voodoo shit. That shit will get you where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you do it as a community.
You fine.
You know what I'm saying? Shut up.
What was you talking about, man?
AJ being a fucking creep right now. You're about that creep.
Right. You know we can hear you, bro. Over there looking at Bigums.
So, like, for real, if anybody needs help, I'm here. I call myself the self-proclaimed in-house voodoo lady. You know what I'm saying? If anybody needs help with any rituals to build wealth or to attract love or whatever, just holler at me. I'll help you. I'll guide you. Or if you want, you know what I'm saying? I could do the thing for you, but you're going to have to give me a small donation because I got to purchase supplies. But you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm building my freaking people up. You know what I'm saying? Get about that voodoo shit because that shit will help you with a lot of things. For real.
Well,
the main thing we're dealing with right now is police. Yes. I guess I'm talking.
We got to wrap the show up.
So okay, wrap it up, bullshit.
I gotta let you know before I get to just running my mouth.
Yeah, I know. I'm
AJ,
messing with you, baby. You know I'm messing with you.
I hope she can help you out there, AJ.
What happened? What about what you said to AJ?
Oh,
I
man,
said I hope she can help him out.
Y'all are a trip, man. Y'all are a trip, man.
Yeah, put my Chuck Woolery voice on.
AJ's gonna be coming back. I'm in love. I felt my queen. Thank you, Kim.
Right. Love connection, the voodoo style.
It's a little bit of spurs in me. No homo. Pause. It's a spurs in me.
Nothing wrong with spirits guiding you and rocking with you, baby.
Oh, my goodness,
Spirits is all over. Spirits is all over.
Y'all are nuts, man. That's why I love doing this show, man. It gives you every emotion, I'll tell you.
I do want to clarify this one thing. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all think that me and Jones go back and forth on this show, man, y'all need some insight. If y'all need some insight on our regular conversation, I swear to goodness, I really want to body slam Jones and help him up when I body slam. You feel what I'm saying? This is how we go back and forth. And what Jones think is
happening for the record.
Yeah, that's exactly. He feel as though he go body slam me and help me up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
oh my goodness, the egos is freaking.
Don't play with me.
The ego is very thick. It's very thick.
Of course. No, I don't have no intentions of, you feel what I'm saying, like trying to overplay him or underplay him at the same time. But we can disagree online, like we just talking to each other. This is how I feel about the show. I don't feel as though that we're talking to hundreds of people online. I feel as though we're talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Once we get that big sponsor in, that check to team, then maybe I talk different. Huh?
Why do you feel the need to explain yourself right now, Boo Boo?
I always do.
Okay.
Always explain myself.
Sometimes when you over-explain, you look like you contradicting yourself. I'm just saying, Boo Boo. You know I got number love for you. You know you got number love for you.
Correct.
But,
you feel what I mean? Because at the same time, I'm a real person. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to explain why I'm doing what I do.
Okay.
That's why I get love anywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
That's good. It's amazing that you guys have that brotherly love. It's good that you guys have that brotherly love.
Jobs is really Jobs got like. I'm gonna keep it 100.
You need a hug too.
Jobs is an angry man at heart, for real. I don't know. I guarantee you, he doesn't have more than 6 friends. You feel what I'm saying?
That's not angry. That's definitely not being angry. That's called being an adult.
See, I told you. Look at his question. Look at his answering on why he doesn't want to have people around him. I'm an adult, and you're sitting on the edge of my table. Get the fuck out of my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, me. Like, you got to be cool with Jobs to be cool with Jobs. If that makes sense.
I'm cool with him. As far as I know, we cooler than the mug.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, me and
but I
Jobs and I
take
are cool
that
like
term. I take that term friend extremely seriously. So, you know, when I say somebody's a friend, you know, that means that I'm vouching for you under every circumstance.
Correct.
So that doesn't come lightly. So no, I will never in life have more than 6 friends ever.
Never say never.
You can know what, on some real shit. On some real shit, I never met you in my life, though. As far as face to face, I don't even want to be your friend. But at the same time, I feel as though the thing. I mean, I'm just keeping it honest.
Contradicted the hell out of yourself again. Didn't I say stop explaining? Damn.
You're not gonna let me explain what I'm about to say. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as my character traits, my character traits precedes me. I'm not gonna lie about anything that goes on with me. We're talking about it just me and you. So if I feel as though, like, I got niggas that, and me and Jobs talking about this, whereas though I was about to go to jail over this shit once my homeboy got shot. We was about to do a whole, Yeah, I'm getting a little bit off the top.
You about to take it to the streets.
Yeah, a little bit, man.
You about to take it to the streets.
You cool though?
Yeah,
if you know.
If that's how you want to look at it, but I feel as though that homeboys is homeboys.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel as though the same relationship that I would have with Jobs if he lived next door to me and not a phone call away from me would be the same way. Because I'm not going to act a certain way when I'm around him and then not act a certain way when he's around me. I'm always going to be me. You're going to like me or you're not.
We get it.
And
you
that's
offline, online, in the hood, out the hood, you always going to be you. We get it, baby. We get it.
Cause I'm actually more like compassionate online than I am offline. Yeah. See me in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? It's a whole. I don't like people. I don't like people being around me. I don't want to even have a conversation with you, nigga. I don't know you.
Because you have company
Bitch,
in your head.
I don't know you, and I'm not saying in a disrespectful way you're talking about just females. Bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah,
don't play with me like that. I don't even want to get
who
you
talking to, man. I've been on mute. I was wondering why you guys weren't listening to me. I've been on mute. I was wondering why you guys weren't answering me. God.
Oh, well,
y'all have some good conversation.
I didn't do that.
You muted
yourself then.
Yes.
Oh.
I was asking y'all because I was like, dang, they just talking over me. I am not a part of this conversation. I'm about to hang up, man.
She felt some type of way when she muted herself, girl.
Y'all was hurt my feelings. But I was on mute. Oh, okay. Dang. I missed some good conversations, too.
Now that you're back. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back.
Oh, man.
But, hi.
Oh, wow.
I like you guys. I really do. And I'm willing to help
Yeah.
you with my gifts, with my voodoo gifts. So let me holler at your girl, all right? You want to find love? Holler at your girl. You want to build wealth and do some rituals? Holler at your girl. You know what I'm saying? You want to protect your family from the police? Holler at your girl. All right? Because that's the main issues we have with ourselves. We're targeted, we're murdered and killed like dogs in the street. We are trying hard to keep up with the Joneses by living like we are freaking wealthy and we're not, you know? And, you know, we can't get along. The black man and the black woman have an issue getting along with each other. And it shouldn't be that way.
True. On that note, we about to wrap it up. And I'm going to let AJ get your services first. No, I'm going to let AJ get your services first. I'm
okay.
Keep me posted.
All right, cool. You want to know if it worked. I got you.
Right. Keep me
if that really worked. If it worked, then I fuss with it.
When I was on mute, I did ask a question. I was like, well, what is one thing that it did for you? I know we can't answer that right now, but it's pretty interesting.
You want to hit me up in the inbox, boo-boo? We could talk, and I could tell you my personal experiences and you know what I'm saying? Holler at your girl.
I don't know if I'm ready for no services, but I'm curious to know. So you sound like a real believer, so I'm curious to know how it works for you. So
I happen to be Haitian. I happen to be of Haitian descent.
Whoa, wait a minute. Y'all making a love connection right here on the spot. Oh, my God.
Whoa.
What? Am I the only one hearing this shit? Well, you can hit my inbox and then you know. Like, what the
Taking it way left, boo-boo. You taking it way
left. AJ first.
We got...
That is true.
This is true.
That is true. K-Front on that one. Hey, Kills.
Yeah.
Kills, I think are you in the event?
What event?
That we created for the show.
Am I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Tag my
y'all are tripping. Yo, this is the wildest night ever on the show, dog. I can't even believe this nigga still recording this shit, yo. Like, yo, this shit is
you
crazy.
You is feeling yourself tonight.
Who, AJ?
What did I do? Oh my!
I didn't do nothing.
Of course.
You did.
What did I do?
Right.
I'm playing the victor role tonight.
I love you.
I'm playing the victor role tonight.
Fuck a Rico.
And what I did was,
and I hope he's listening too.
And Kills.
Yes.
I tagged y'all in a post just so y'all can know who each other is. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
AJ, you got anything you want to say, man, to wrap it up?
Man, I have nothing to say, but I do got a lot to say. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to everybody that called and listening. We totally appreciate y'all input on everything that y'all brought to the conversation, and we would love for y'all to come in and conversate with us every Tuesday and Thursday. MySkinIsMySin.com. If you want the number, you can go to MySkinIsMySin.com. If you're not in the group All Black Everything, then you need to get in the group All Black Everything.
And you have to be a melanated person. You can't be non-melanated trying to get in the group because you will get blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch off of that now.
Tia, did you have anything you want to say?
Yes.
Queen? Did you have anything you want to
Yes.
say?
Good. Everything was all good. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the conversation. I don't appreciate the mute button.
Yes, blame Charles. Blame Charles for that. Yeah. He playing God over there. Muted.
Do it. No,
she need to mute it.
No, I did not hear her or him or whatever. It was me. It was my cheek. My cheek did it.
Blame Charles. Yeah, Charles.
My bad.
Charles, hold this L.
She did it. She did it to herself.
Hold this L, Charles.
So one more again, another time, and I appreciate everything. And on Black Love and Black families, please go check out Occupy Black Love, Operation Strong Black Families on Facebook, and just be a part of the movement to build Black Love, be a Black Love revolution.
Add me to the movement, or add me as a friend, hook us up with the movement, and I'll be in there.
We'll do that.
They just want to be added to everything for real. Cool.
Listen, I love my people. Okay?
Salute, fam.
And I love the people that want to build and help us lift ourselves, because everybody just yippity yapping and ain't nobody really doing shit.
Correct.
At least I'm offering services to help certain individuals.
Salute, fam. For everybody calling in. Definitely appreciate all the love, the support.
I love you guys.
If you see a post, please share
this
the post.
This was the craziest call we ever had, man.
My Skin is My Sin, Blog Talk Radio. Y'all gonna let me get this out, man, so I can end this show or not? Please.
It's a lot of energy tonight. It's a lot of energy, you know.
You tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everybody, and we only have one rule: that's be respectful. Everybody already did the appropriate shout-outs. And don't forget the website, MySkinIsMySin.com. Got some new stuff coming very soon. Appreciate all the love, and y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Love you guys. Yay.
Adios. Mwah.
Mwah.
I'm not doing that, but peace out.
Thanks for the virtual dap. We take it.
No doubt. Right. I'll take that.